So many people are like, you guys don't know MMA. You're going to say that JDM's going to beat Belal? Well, suck my tiny now.
Heard that.
High five.
Boom.
Hey. UFC 317 fight card. Ilia Topuria will be fighting Charles Oliveira.
Wow, Charles has no quit in him, but the quit doesn't matter when your lights are out.
He's really technical. He hits hard. Like he's a nightmare, bro.
He laid that fool out like a French painting, dude. On his side like this. Jack, paint me. Is this something you're gonna regret for the rest of your life?
No.
Also, too, I would myself before I ever tell the story publicly.
They called it EMT and the whole thing. I remember seeing my mom looking at me going,
I got an icebox where my heart used to be. Gilbert, that is the most embarrassing story I ever heard in my life.
I'll admit it. Welcome back to the Casuals MMA. We are a combat sports and MMA show hosted by very, very casual fans. I'm Gilbert. That's David. That's Nick. And wow, do we remember the name?
That was a great fight.
So, if you go back to one of our clips, right? So many people are like, "You guys don't know MMA. You're gonna say that JDM's gonna beat Belal? Well, suck my tiny now."
I will.
Heard that.
Boom.
Tiny
brother.
penis high five.
Boom.
Tiny penis high
Bow
five.
tie it up and lick the knot, dude. How about
I'll
that?
just sit that one out.
Yeah, you
I
guys
won't
sit
be
down.
able
We're
to.
gonna
Me
tie
and Dave will
it.
tie it up.
Yeah,
you guys
lick
can
our f***ings, What do we say?
Guys, UFC 315 JDM finishes, or doesn't finish it, but basically pieces up Belal Muhammad, but also Belal Muhammad also kind of came to
He's a
battle.
gamer.
I do want to ask for like the 100 people that had some shit to say, why did you think JDM was going to get steamrolled? Why? Did you watch any of his fights? Like, I don't understand why you thought it wasn't going to be competitive, which, by the way, it was. It was very competitive, and Belal gained a lot of fans, which I think, to his detriment, is the reason why he lost.
I would agree, too.
He needed a good dance partner. And I was thinking about this about everyone saying Belal's boring. It was because he fought Leon, bro.
Yes.
Like, Leon's
kind of boring.
Well, you look at, it's the perfect, comparison, because Leon's a striker, JDM's a striker. One has a way to get up off the ground, and one doesn't, right? And JDM created those scrambles. And every time you watch all his fights, when he gets taken down, he's working to get up, or he's waiting for the perfect opportunity to scramble, get back up to his feet. He's really good at getting back up, and he has very decent jiu-jitsu, very good jiu-jitsu, actually.
Craig Jones Jiu-Jitsu.
For real.
It was kind of like, for me, it was a little confusing in the first 2 rounds, and I read a lot of comments where people were like saying that the reason why he couldn't get the takedowns, or he wasn't taking him down, is because JDM wasn't allowing it. I don't think that was the case. I think he literally was like, 3rd round, he goes, it's time, but he's sweaty now. You should have implemented that in the first 2 fucking rounds, right? And I feel like later in the 3rd round or so, was it the 4th, like when Muhammad was mixing in the takedowns with the striking, that's when he was cracking the shit out of him. I'm like, where the fuck was this in the first 2 rounds, bro? But I think he really wanted to prove to people how great his striking is, which, by the way,
It looked pretty good.
it looked pretty.
It looked really good.
On a scale of Canelo 1 to 10, where do you put it in the Canelo
I put him straight up at Jake Paul, dude.
I move it to a different rating system.
he got that Jake Paul hands, dude. Shit's a little debatably nice. You know what I'm
Pretty
saying?
good.
But you know,
bad.
the
Pretty
biggest
good.
difference between somebody like Della Maddalena and Muhammad, I wonder if people agree, is basically just placement, right? Where Maddalena was, position-wise, was always better, right? Whenever he would throw in his penetrating right or his cross, he would always be off at an angle. He would wait for Muhammad to throw his combination, tap, step out, crack him, right? So he kind of had his timing down, and he allowed for openings to happen. And the one thing that Maddalena does so well is what? He chains all of his strikes.
Yep.
And it was just
Throwing
hard.
combinations all the time. Head, body, he's going up and down the whole time.
It was just like, how do you figure that out? And then by the time like Muhammad wanted to take it to the ground, you're already sweaty, and it's not like he's a slouch. You know what I'm
He's
saying?
a good grappler.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing that I felt like he had the advantage in is his grappling was good enough to get out of the bottom, and he was going to be able to. And honestly, the combinations, like you said, the last round won him that fight.
Yeah.
If he didn't pour it on, that shit kind of would have been a toss-up. I don't know who that fight
Did you
would've
guys
gone
have
to.
it going 2-2
I
going
just
in, or
mean
did
from
you
like
have
the judge's standpoint, like you just don't know what's scoring what. And because JDM pushed the gas on that last minute and pretty much bloodied and battered Belal, man. Like, he cut his lip. He was fucked up.
Dude,
in that
that lip was crazy.
It was
I thought
disgusting.
Belal was going to turn it around after he did a little switch during the scramble. I was like, oh shit,
That was
Belal
beautiful, dude.
Belal might finish this, and then JDM turned it up again.
But like even like when you watch some of these highlights, look at JDM too. When he was throwing these head kicks, he would follow it up with a strike after. It wasn't, oh, the head kick connected, let's both reset. He goes, no, I'm still coming. And so Belal had to think a lot. And I think like that rhythm break that he kept doing didn't allow Belal to settle. And so he just kind of like caught his timing and Belal couldn't catch his.
JDM is really good at throwing, getting out, and countering, like you said, right? And not a lot of guys have that skill set in, like, at least the guys that Belal has fought. Because I feel like the best hands that he's fought so far is JDM.
Yeah.
The best striking. So we got to see him, like, really test his striking. And I think, like you said, he wanted to prove to himself that, like, yo, I can scrap with everybody. But I don't know. Part of me feels like he didn't go for the takedowns early because he knew JDM, his ground game, he wasn't no slouch.
I can see that.
That's what I felt. I felt like Belal had to be really. He had to make him think like, I'm gonna box and then shoot. That's what I thought.
I
going
got you.
But
makes sense.
But then again, too, it's like, what? How do you think the fight would have changed if Belal shot early? When they're dry, like, who knows?
Could have been completely different.
Yeah, could he have gassed out JDM, gotten him a little more tired? Because there were moments where I was like, oh, I don't know if JDM's conditioning is going to hold up, especially in the fourth round. I think Belal kind of edged that one a little bit, right?
That was the one. That's the round I give to Belal.
Yeah, right. So I was like, oh shit, is this going to be the championship rounds that JDM hasn't really been in?
Yeah.
And then the fifth round, when he was getting fucked up, and then he came back up and poured it on him, I was like, dude, he is a dog,
Dude.
Both these guys are.
He fought like a veteran.
For real.
28 years old.
Dude, he's 17, 18-0 now.
Yeah, 18-0 now.
9-0 in the UFC.
So he's in prime. I thought he was like in his 30s.
No, he's
like he could have a
old. He could have a long reign, dude.
bro. If he gets past Makhachev, he could have a reign.
This division is stacked.
It's so stacked.
170 is fun right now. I forgot about Brady.
Okay, you know how we were talking about how the UFC is like boring? And like it was kind of like whack a little bit.
Yeah.
With this fight changing everything up, now it's like, oh shit, we got some action in 170. Now the division's not really being tied up. But then you have all these matchups. You got Sean Brady, Ian Gary, Usman, Joaquin, and then you got Shavkat just waiting. So it's like, dude, what's gonna happen?
Dude, I'm not Belal, but JDM's boxing was so fun to watch because it wasn't like typical combinations that you see in MMA, right? A lot of stuff to the body, but he would do same side stuff. Head, body.
Yep.
Well, you don't see that
double
in
up,
MMA, right? You always see people swing left, right, double up.
And the combination punching in general, like how many combination punchers can you think of that do it really well in the UFC?
Just Topuria,
maybe Max, but that's really dependent on if he has a roll on you, right? Like we don't really see a lot of guys in MMA who are comfortable with throwing that many strikes in a row. But when you have the takedown defense and the scramble ability to get back up to your feet, you're going to be a little bit more like loose when you're striking. Yeah, and that's what you see in JDM. Like he looks like he's like not even on a second gear the whole fight until he pours it on.
Yeah. And Belal, too, did a great job. His boxing actually was pretty fucking good.
He looked good, man.
He had a really great lead side kick that was actually eating up into like JDM's ribs a lot, which I was actually pretty shocked by. I've seen him throw it, but not that successfully.
Oh, dude,
I wasn't expecting the kick. The kick was shocking.
Yeah, you saw his by the second round, JDM's ribs were all red.
If Belal was like 33, I probably would have leaned more towards Belal.
How old is he?
36,
37, 89 years
43, 52.
About 45. Biden and him pretty close.
But when you get a young guy, when you get a young guy like JDM who's so good at that age, like he has the skills already to obviously to be a champ, and we finally saw it. And he had a hard fucking road.
Yeah,
it's not like he had gimme fights. He didn't have an Ian Gary path. Yeah, he had like his fights were really tough.
Gilbert Burns, I still think about that one.
I think that was for me, just going back to that fight. People looked at that fight as a way to say, well, look, he got taken down by Gilbert Burns. What's Belal going to do? And what I saw it as is that, he has the ability to push through adversity.
Yep, that's why. In all of his fight. He had one fight with, his name was like Hafez Bazez or some shit. And that dude was like a late minute replacement. He got taken down like 8 times in that fight.
Jesus.
But he won the fight. JDM won the fight. And you rewatch it, you're like, holy shit, this is a dog fight. There was no moment where it wasn't competitive. So I knew he had the dog in him.
But now I look at this too, it's like, well, who wants that Belal Muhammad smoke now? Because if you, like, that's, Belal's still no fucking slouch. You know what I mean? So it's like, who's he going to fight? Is it, does Kamaru Usman fight after he fights Joaquin Buckley and he defeats him? Does he fight
Belal? I believe the fight to make.
Yeah.
Like even just for like
the drama
excitement,
too.
Drama, yeah.
That would be
Sean
pretty
Brady.
fucking interesting.
Oof.
This whole division's
I
crazy.
think Sean Brady, Ian Gary should fight.
That'd be crazy.
That'd
He
be
wants
a
it,
great
right?
fight. That's what Sean Brady was saying. And I was like, dude, that makes a lot of sense.
I think if Ian Gary fights Sean Brady, after that, you got to give him a title shot.
Yeah.
Because Ian Gary has been down to take these last-minute fights. And whether, the Shavkat was last minute and he lost that, but what he did in his last fight was pretty fucking amazing on short notice, and he schooled Pratis for a majority of it.
They should do Shavkat Belal.
Yeah.
They should do that because Islam's going to be...
Oh, Islam is the next one.
Islam's probably going to be next, most likely.
Yeah.
That, which is really interesting. A lot of people have Islam as the betting favorite.
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know.
Well,
I kind of think
how do you guys feel-
JDM, bro. I kind of lean just because of the size, the experience, and when he says, like, he was calling it out off the jump, like, I'm gonna fight Islam next. And then when Islam was tweeting something, he was like, "Come get it." I was like, "Yo, this guy's about it."
Exciting.
Exactly, like a real challenger.
As fans, were you guys hoping for Belal to win because of the whole Islam thing with Islam Topuria?
I think is.
Are you guys? You guys are more excited about this now? Islam.
I think Islam. Okay, I think we wait on Islam and Topuria. I think that'll be a good thing. Imagine if Islam wins 170. Ilia, if he fights Charles, that's what they're trying to do. Ilia and Charles
for interim
or maybe
the actual.
Maybe for the actual, because they said Islam says he wants to defend both.
Yeah.
I don't really see that happening.
Dana's so over that.
Yeah, like come on, dude. Like if you're gonna
It
go
fucks
170,
everything up.
just go to 170, bro.
Yeah.
You don't want to cut back. We saw what happened with Max Holloway. Like we don't want to see that. If you decide to move up, you should stay up. Then Topuria, if he beats Charles Oliveira and he does it decisively, he's gonna be like, Islam, I'll see you at 170.
That'd be cool.
Is he the new Alex Pereira? The new Alex Pereira just keeps going up.
because that's his intention. He's like, I want to be the 3-weight champ. Like that's my goal. Like I'm not fucking around. And with the way he's able to fast track everything, the way he's able to fast track title shots, because most people would be like, all right, you have to fight at 155. People are like, all right, I'll fight at 155, then I'll fight for the title. He was like, nope.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah. I'm so curious, right? Because Volkanovski, when he went under Craig Jones's tutelage, they had a system to negate this wrestling, right?
And they did.
But now imagine that with JDM, but he's twice his size.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to look good for Islam.
I don't think so either.
I just don't see it
Because
happening.
when I saw him fight Dustin, right, you see him kind of like, there's moments where he gets tired, he gets a little slow. And in my head, I'm like, when you have a really grappling heavy game, are you going to be able to do that to guys who are maybe your size, slightly bigger? But then again, is it just because his weight cut to 155 is so ridiculous that his gas tank doesn't really hold up that well
Yeah.
in those later rounds? I don't know. Everyone says that 170 like is the right weight class for Islam. And Islam, well, Belal even says like Islam beats my ass when we're training.
Yeah.
So I'm sure Islam watches that and goes, okay, well,
We could do
I know how these rounds go in the gym. I could get this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how this all plays out.
You still think Islam's the favorite?
Oh, for sure he's going to
Yeah.
be the favorite. But I don't know. My feeling says that JDM is going to retain it.
I think so too, bro.
That's both me too.
Especially
kinda
what we
feel like-
saw right here. I think it's a big sign of how good JDM is. He's also the younger, hungrier fighter.
You're not going to break that guy.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
It's gonna be a 5-round war.
Yeah. He even said, too, he goes, I'd be surprised if Belal breaks me. He goes, that would be the first.
Yeah,
Right?
I'd be embarrassed.
I'd be embarrassed. Dude, fucking, his boxing, too. There was a certain point that actually shocked me. He did straight Tyson for a second. He put his fist right next to his chin. He started weaving him. I was like, what the fuck? I've never seen that in MMA.
And he's durable.
Yeah.
He ate some shots and just kept walking forward. I don't know. I think he's going to be a real problem at 170.
I think Belal's boxing, if one of the things that he could have done better was just getting his head off that center line.
Yeah.
And then because JDM kept exploiting it, because he would penetrate with a double jab and try to follow it with the cross, but JDM's like distance management.
He was out.
Angled out, bank.
Yeah.
I'm like, dog, you just can't.
And he was switching the whole time.
Yeah, how confusing is that for
Yeah,
him?
and he couldn't get settled, right? So it's like JDM has a really deep bag. He has a pretty interesting skill set that I feel like Ian Gary matches up well with him.
Yeah.
I feel like his striking style, at first I was like, man, JDM smokes Ian Gary, but after watching the fight, I'm like, man, Ian Gary could do well against
He's
this
very
dude.
long and very lengthy.
Yeah, and he knows how to use that in range, and I feel like he might be the quicker guy
Yeah.
if he fights JDM.
That'd be
but
a pretty interesting
there's
fight.
just so many fun matchups at 170.
It's crazy how 1 or 2 fights changes the whole division.
Yeah.
Remember, like, there's no stars, there's nothing fun.
They just need
1 or
people
2
to fight.
fights, boom.
Yeah.
If people
Exciting
fight,
again.
things open up.
Shout
But
outs to Valentina Shevchenko. Won again. I expected that.
Same. Nick.
You know what? I almost put a bet on Valentina because I started watching more Manon Fiorot tape, and I was like, I think Shevchenko is a good dog, but I didn't put her on my bet. I didn't put her on my parlay.
She's still quick at her age, dude.
She looked great.
Speed was exploited there. It was kind of crazy.
But whenever time she fights, somebody texts me and they go like, "Oh my god, these women fights are boring." Like a random person.
Yeah, 100%.
Which kind of sucks if you're a champ.
People were really, really bored of this fight. But, Valentina Shevchenko in her latter career, she fights a lot smarter, right? And she had to. Manon's a bigger fighter.
Yeah.
What is she going to do?
She's big.
She's fucking gigantic, dude. Like, size-wise, I'm like, ooh. But, Shevchenko played to her strength in her game, and it went exactly how I thought it was going to go. And people didn't like it, but I thought it was actually a lot more exciting than I thought it was going to be. Yeah. To be honest with you, I thought it was going to be a lot more boring than that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a snoozer.
Yeah. But, Manon, too, I think she's going to come back. And eventually when Shevchenko leaves, Manon, I feel like she's going to have the title.
No, Zhang Wei Li, bro.
Zhang wants it, huh?
So that's going to be that has to be the next fight, right? Because Shevchenko probably can retire pretty soon. I feel like she's been in.
She got all the rubies in her belt, I think.
She's kind of dumb.
She filled them all out.
Dude, she's fucking Thanos, man. She got all of them, dude.
And honestly, to be a dominant champ, lose it, and then come back, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
Like, who else does she need to? I mean, do you want maybe Natalia Silva?
Jasmine just vicious.
She was
I think
good.
that one's fun.
If she beats the shit out of Natalia Silva, just retire.
Oh, yeah.
Just retire. Like,
Yeah.
especially at her age, to beat somebody that good, it just goes to show who she is, right? She's the Jon Jones of the female division.
Where is Natalia Silva? Is she ranked?
She's number one.
She's number one now.
There she is. Okay,
she's
shit.
number one, bro.
Tripping.
She beat Grasso, dude.
That was a good fight. What do you guys think of the Natalia Silva fight? What do you think of her as a potential challenger?
I think, honestly, if they put her next for the belt, makes sense.
Yeah.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah.
Especially because they're both quick strikers. How fun would that be?
It was a really dominant performance.
Oh my god.
She helped me win my parlay. Thank you.
It didn't go any way that I
broke
thought
my
it was
heart.
going to.
Maybe sad for Grasso.
Yeah.
A bit.
But I just feel like the movement of Natalia was too slick.
Yeah.
She knew what Alexa Grasso's game was. And she just kept sidekicking her in the face. I was like, don't do that to her.
I was like, hey, Grasso, do something else.
Dude, how disrespectful were those sidekicks, dude?
I don't like it. I'd turn off my TV for a second.
At one point, she didn't even really sidekick. She sidekick was like, I'm so good. She tapped with her toe. I was like,
Kick the cigarette out of her.
come on, man.
Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Here's where it really hurts, guys. Jose Aldo versus Ariel Holm.
Great fight, by the way.
I was fuming.
Amazing fight. That was a crazy fight.
Speaking about really quick about fuming, could you maybe explain to the audience where you watched the fight?
Okay, so you guys know
Did a crazy text, dude.
So we had on this podcast as a guest, two guests. There's Mayhem Miller and also Korean Rasputin. We have Robin. Robin invites Mayhem Miller to go watch with us.
Also, so random. Is that how Robin works? He texted me, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, so I guess they've been chopping it up, and Mayhem just really chill dude. So he comes over.
So random. Did you expect him to be there?
No.
When you walked in, you're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
And
this
so-
is where I watch fights, and you're probably baked out of your mind.
This
too.
shit. So I showed up late, and I saw, man, we dapped it up or whatnot. I was already fuming from the Jose Aldo fight, and then we're going in there. So we moved on after the fight was over. We were all smoking. I don't think Mayhem smoked, but we were all smoking. And then there's this one kid that's there. He's like 25 years old. He's a young kid. And I think he just came back from a bat mitzvah or something like that, right?
That's
So he's dressed in a white dress shirt, slacks,
yarmulke.
and dress shoes while everybody's dressed casually. You want to talk about getting roasted for 30 minutes straight? Mayhem Miller was roasting the fuck out of this kid, dude. And this kid, here's the funniest part. He doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know who Jason Miller is.
Scary guy.
Because he's not an MMA fan.
Yeah.
So this whole time, I bet you in his mind, he's just thinking like, who's this guy just making fun of me? I'm like, you don't know who this guy is. Mayhem Miller said this one line to him that had me crying laughing because he just went down a list of what this guy could be doing for a living just based on what he dressed as, right? And the last thing he said, he was like, did you just get fired from an Olive Garden? I fucking cried laughing, dude. That shit was so fucking funny. And the reason why it was so insane too, because Mayhem Miller has high energy.
Oh, yeah.
And you imagine how much Robin talks.
Yeah.
There was three people that were like that, right? I'm sitting there. All three of them, because they all have ADHD and they're both like, all three of them are neurodivergent, they don't know when to shut the fuck up. So three people are talking over each other at the same time, talking about three different things, and nobody would give in. 15 minutes, I'm sitting there. And none of them know because they're all high. I was high too. The only reason I know the time is because I hit it on my phone. I went bink, and I started giggling because I'm like, when is somebody going to stop talking and then allow each other to talk? 15 minutes of talking at the same time. I thought I was having a fever dream. I go out into the other room and I'm just like, what the fuck was that? That is insane. And Mayhem Miller shadowboxing in the back. You know, he's literally one of the funniest people I've ever met in my life, dude.
Bro, what a weird group of people to watch the fights with.
And knowing that you like to watch fights in peace, that this is also just very hilarious.
Yeah.
It is fucking insane, dude. Like, I've never been around that many high energy talkative people at once. It's just like,
to the point where he verbally shuts down.
Yeah, and then starts timing it.
dude, Mayhem is so fucking funny, dude. He's so quick. It's crazy how bad he was roasting this kid, dude. And all jest and really fun too.
Yeah.
But I'm like, damn, dude, you might be quicker than I am. Like, holy shit, dude. His
Get him a
mind,
spot, dude.
like,
Get him a
this,
spot.
the best, dude. He needs his own podcast. He's so good. But back to Jose Aldo. What the fuck,
Aldo,
man?
dude. What rounds did you have it, Nick? I had 1 and 2 to Jose, and then 3 to
I think 2 was like, I could see where the toss-up could be. Maybe.
But here's my biggest issue.
If I'm really like, because I was, like I said, I was watching this from the lens of
wanting Zahabi to win.
Zahabi to win. Yeah. I thought he was going to win. But after I watched the second time, I was like, I don't think I could.
I mean, if Amen is great, you got to beat a legend, but did you really, though? Yeah. Right? Like, did you really, man? Come on.
He got soccer kicked twice, and he came back to take him down.
That's wild. Yeah.
That's a big deal.
The biggest issue from this, if it was a split decision, I'd still be mad. But I'd be like, okay, whatever. It was a unanimous decision. All 3 rounds were given to Amen Zahabi. That is absolute pure retardation.
I wonder if the crowd plays a game.
Also being in Montreal. He's the biggest name
fuck
there.
Canada, dude. How about that?
Shout out to Tate.
Because, you know, like, remember how we watched the fight? When we saw Rob and Umar, and we were so like caught off guard, and everybody was like, "Dude, what the fuck are we watching?"
And I was like, "No way, yeah."
Yeah, and I'm sure like
maybe that had to do with it
in like a hometown advantage crowd. Like, yeah, it could be the judges are a little crooked. Who knows? They want the hometown boy to win. But I really do feel like the crowd, once you get the right shot, people just erupt.
Yeah,
you know, and it could sway the judges a little bit. And like the way Zahabi finished the 3rd round. And we talked about this. They gave it to him on Pride rules.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he did finish the fight stronger with Jose Aldo getting battered on his
you get
back.
all the rounds.
Yeah, but, you know, like, sometimes that does make the difference. Like, you look at JDM, how he kind of stepped on the gas and pushed, and that kind of secured the W for him.
Yeah.
But Jose Aldo, like...
You're a vintage, huh?
He looked great.
Vintage.
Pure fucking nonsense.
Look at that.
How could you even give Amen the first round at all?
They look like in different weight classes, don't they?
Tuck. It did it like, dude, fucking
Bro, did he just
Aldo
do this?
was styling on him in the first round. And they gave him the first fucking round.
Yeah.
That is nonsense. They
Octagon control, dude. He has him on his back foot the whole time.
Yeah, you know what?
You know,
There
like,
you go.
but that's how these guys will explain it sometimes. You know, like, I don't agree with that, but
What is the first criteria for scoring?
damage.
Damage. It's always damage, or it's control. Octagon control is like the 3rd.
Yeah.
So that doesn't even make sense. And look, even on the 3rd round, right? I still give it to Amen. But if somebody didn't,
Why you say it like that?
if somebody didn't,
Why you say the same like that?
I
2
give it to
knockdowns.
Amen.
Amen.
And I got an amen.
Yeah. 2 knockdowns for Jose Aldo,
Yeah.
right? And if somebody wanted to lean it toward Jose, I would understand it. I wouldn't agree, but he had 2 knockdowns. So in what fucking world did Jose Aldo lose this fight? Even if the 3rd round I give it to Amen. The first round is the most egregious scoring of all time. That's how stupid it was. I fucking hate this. They always do this to their legends. They fucking screw them.
Jose specifically.
Specifically Jose.
I will say it's interesting with Jose, like the last like 4 fights for him, like what was the purpose of all these fights? Because he's not fighting like big names like, hey, I'm gonna fight Cody Garbrandt. It's like
He's trying to
you're
get his
fighting
way back in.
To the belt.
But it's not even guys that are like new gun. It's like
But when
dudes
he
like this that are good, but we don't know who they are.
But when he re-enters, like he re-entered after he retired, and he fought, unlike Henry Cejudo, he fought like the top 10 guy.
Yeah.
Like Mario Batista, the guy who's in number 11, you know. He fought, Jonathan Martinez.
Yeah.
Martinez, yeah.
Right? And then,
Beat the brakes off of him.
and he was pretty highly ranked. Right? That was the main event, I think, in Brazil.
He had a 3-fight win streak. He just kept going up and up and up and up.
And then the fight after that was Mario Batista. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it's like he's fighting all the up-and-comer guys. But yeah, man, I don't know. I just feel like it's a tough spot for Aldo.
Yeah, that's just the way that they sent him off with this. It's like if he could have retired here with the W, it would have made sense. And
Was he trying to retire? Like, even
if he won this, he wouldn't have retired because he wanted to go back to the belt. But I think in his mind, he's like, you know what? The fucking sport hates me now. Yeah. They don't see me as valuable anymore, and they're trying to build other people's names off of me. Why even stay here? I'm not even getting respected.
This is when you need to have a Masters division.
Yeah,
you know, because like think about Jose Aldo versus Cody Garbrandt. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that would be kind of a more fun fight, I think. And, like, for instance, the fight with Gilbert Burns and Michael Morales. It's like, why are you doing Gilbert Burns like that, bro?
But even, like, Jose Aldo,
make him fight someone else.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't even need to be in the Masters division. That's when I feel like he's still got it, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why it's mind-blowing. The fact that we had Anthony Smith have that amazing retirement package and we didn't have anything for him, unfortunately.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's just kind of like...
But I don't think Jose...
He was supposed to retire.
He wasn't
I don't
planned.
think he was planning on it. I think in the middle, from the weight cut to after the frustration of losing this fight, I think he just was like, dude, I can't do this anymore. And I heard him make a statement saying, like, I shouldn't be fighting anymore. I just don't have it in me.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's a good realization for him because, dude, this guy doesn't need to fight no more.
Dude.
He's already cemented. His legacy is already... Like, I was looking through all his fights from WEC on. It's like, bro, for him to keep this high level for how long he's been fighting and how old he is... He's the fucking man for real. Like, he does not need to be fighting.
You know what's going to happen to him? What makes me sad is that, you know, people who aren't living in the era of when these fighters fight, they only go back to look at their record, but they don't know what they were doing when they were fighting, right? Unless they actually go back and they watch all the fights and they go, oh, wait, he lost that? Oh, wait, he lost that? This doesn't make any fucking sense. Because now when you look at his record, he has arguably for me like 3 or 4 losses that should not be there. And it doesn't make any fucking sense.
So they scored 2 and 3 for him. For Amen.
I thought they gave him the first round too.
No, they gave him the first round to Aldo.
Okay.
But
I was about to say.
But a lot of people were saying, how do you give even Zahabi the second round after what Aldo did?
Yeah, I don't...
Because he dropped him in the second round, right?
Yeah. That's why it
doesn't make any sense.
Was it a flash knockdown? Did he get back up?
You're asking a lot of questions, bro.
I apologize, guys. I didn't know it was a 2. I thought it was all 3 rounds. My bad. I fucked up.
No, hold on to that still.
No, well,
stay strong.
Yeah, fuck it. No, clip it. Clip it.
Clip it?
Clip it. No, that's Aldo all the way, dude. Fucking insane. This is the most heinous shit I've ever fucking seen. And I've seen a lot of stuff, dude. Yeah. I saw a raccoon fuck a possum once, and that tops
no way.
100%. Riverside. It was weird as shit.
That's some Riverside activity.
Yeah, that's some
IE activity.
Dude, I saw a mushroom monster munching on your ass.
There you go, dude.
And we're creating viral moments on this
random.
We're creating viral moments on this podcast.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna talk about this too real quick.
It's going to non-MMA streams. This clip.
Wait, what are you talking about? What clip?
Dave, we posted a clip of, it was so funny. Michael was like, this is the funniest thing ever, of us talking about The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, we're going to talk about that real quick.
Yeah, no, do it.
Okay, number one, the idea that any of you fucking untalented fucking cucks can look at that show and say that Bella, her fucking acting is terrible. Get the fuck out of here.
People are complaining that me and Dave on the clip, we say, oh, she's a good actor. And everyone's upset that we said she's a good actor.
Wow.
See, that
That's not even debatable.
We're not even talking. Yeah, we're not even talking about.
You're talking about your political fucking views. Whatever. That's fine. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. All right. You cannot. Did you complain first season? Didn't think so. You were all saying she was great.
Dude, what if someone said something?
At Game of Thrones?
Richie?
I did.
Yeah. Richie hated it.
Nobody said it. You said she was amazing.
Yeah.
So shut the fuck up. What the fuck are you talking about? You could talk about anything else. And one person's like, oh, you even have you're casual about cinema too. Did you have a film that won the Sundance?
Oh! Watch Gook and don't bleep it. That's the movie name.
Did you?
Sean.
Did you? No, you sit on your fucking couch and all you do is judge people like I do on this show.
Hey, put that guy's hand on there. Let's dox him.
Don't fucking. You could say she's easy to draw. You could say all that.
You could say she looks like Buzz Lightyear.
Easy, right? Easy, guys.
You could say she looks like Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah.
You could say the majority of her face is in the center of her face. The mask is right there. You could say all of that shit. You could say the MMA moves that she had was fucking weird as shit on the show.
I saw everybody reposting the single leg.
Yeah, you watched it?
And there was people on the internet were all clipping it, and they're saying, I would have stuffed that shit if she shot that weak shit on me. Her hands weren't even locked.
But some people are like, they have a jiu-jitsu class in the morning? Like, where's she learning all this?
There's a lot of stuff you could complain about, but you cannot say she's a terrible
good actor. I'll
you guys liked Shang-Chi, all right? There's plenty of things you could have hated.
You like Shang-Chi, Richie?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Shut up,
God.
Richie! Get out of here! We don't believe you!
Get your DEI energy out of here.
Yeah,
Come on, dude.
dumbass. And another thing. Some motherfucker, you could tell like the prejudice is there. All that stuff they already hated because I stated that DEI is important, but it didn't make sense in here. And all they heard was that there shouldn't be inclusion. I'm like, I didn't say it for this one.
The last clip we talked about DEI, that shit went viral too.
Yeah, people get way too.
They love the DEI shit.
We're silly time. We're silly times over here.
Hey, we should just bring up DEI all the time so our clips go viral.
I only want trans shows now. All trans. That's it. Only gay people. Straights can go to hell.
Burn them all. I don't care.
Yeah, you fucking weirdos. Jesus Christ, man. You know what? I think Bella Ramsey's hot now.
Her face is dispersed proportionally.
Yeah,
to her.
I love her fucking man suits. I think they look great.
Her man suits?
They them suits.
Yeah, I love their them suits. Them's are they great?
Detour.
What'd you guys think about this? Okay, people have been talking about Vitor Belfort got honored at Hall of Fame. Some people are going, should he? Because he, had a little juice in his body.
That's everybody in the UFC.
That's everybody. That was a different era, bro. You know what I mean? Bygones be bygones.
It's Vitor Belfort, you fucking casuals.
Yeah.
So
Mike
many
Bisping
memories.
is probably pissed about that.
Yeah, Bisping doesn't.
Luke Rockhold was like, nah, get him out of there. Which I don't blame him because didn't he like hurt his eye with Vitor? Is Vitor the one that
hurt Michael's eye,
Yeah, right.
And
He's the one that made him blind.
And did something else to Luke too. I forgot what it was.
Yeah, so I understand that. I
mean,
the sentiment.
Vitor was at UFC fucking like 5, all right? So just...
But it's been, honestly, every time I see Vitor, he looks different.
Yeah.
He looks so different. Like whether he's on juice, whether he has a cool mohawk, whether he's fighting or not. He just looked like normal Vitor in this one. But
yeah, because they're compared to the MLB Hall of Fame where they're like, okay, now we're removing people from that sport because of like Mark McGuire because he was on steroids.
It's fighting, bro.
I'm like, it's fighting, dude. We're all doing it.
He's a part of a different era. Everybody was on steroids.
He's a legend,
too.
Huh? He's a legend. Like you can't.
No, he's on TRT. Come on.
There's no alleged there.
Look at him, dude.
No, he's a legend.
Oh, you said he's a legend.
He's allegedly. I was like, no.
No. He's on steroids, brother.
He was on
Brother,
steroids.
brother.
No, actually, I'm gonna take that stance. I'm gonna defend it.
Yeah, that before and after pick after fucking USADA was insane. It made no sense at all. A completely
It
different.
was like
person.
deflated.
Yo,
Yeah.
is that head kick coming or that soccer kick coming up, or is it then? Because that
It was the third round. I
think it's in
the beginning. It's coming soon. Right here. It's coming up.
because that I want.
Yeah,
more.
what's the slow mo on that? I wonder if that was a legit soccer kick. See, I wonder if that's gonna change where guys will throw soccer kicks.
That's
and
legal,
then-
correct? Because you
I
can
don't
one
know,
hand, you can do it.
But it's like the damage is already done though once the kick is landed. So it's like, is the ref? It's going to be on the ref to stop it to be like, yo, that was a down opponent, But Are they going to stop the fight? Are they going to stop the action?
Yeah.
So
oh, look at that!
Here it is.
until you see the replay.
Down.
Oh, God!
But I think it's like fingertips, right? It's not weight
I thought it
bearing.
was legal. Dude, here's another knockdown. Boom, flying knee.
How he survived this is crazy.
Yeah.
I
That's
don't
youth.
understand how he survived.
So at this moment, could you be like, currently as a judge, can't you be like, okay, it's 10-8 right now,
Yeah.
right? And then maybe he comes back. Now
Boom,
it's 10-9.
Because the positioning, the optics of Aiming on top of Jose while he's beating him up, he's cut him open, and he's just flat on his back. I feel like that made a big impression on the judges. But I don't know. Man.
Yeah, I don't
He
know.
recovered well, right? Like, that's the other thing. It's not like he was hurt for
Yeah.
the rest of the night. He came back. So I think
Jose
that's
kinda
where you...
gassed
Like I said, I would still give him the third round.
Yeah.
Right? I would still give, but that's it. The other stuff is not debatable, and I'm pretty sure 98% of people who watch this also agree with us as well. It was fucking egregious.
So everyone thinks 1-2, Aldo, third round, Aim.
Zahabi.
Also, too, when you do that to Amen, you also make his fucking career go down too, because now people don't respect him.
Yeah.
So what you just fucked over two people.
Because his stock would have gone up even if Jose won.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He still would have been good. Yeah, look at this. Yeah.
It's okay. He got the W.
Yeah.
I'm happy for him.
Man.
I'm happy he got gifted that one.
So
He did
Jose
cool.
retired. Do you think he's like done? I think he's done from MMA, but you think he gets back into boxing? He still looks good. Make some money.
I mean,
I think he's just stopped. But
Everything?
That's just me.
I mean, he lives
I'm
in
not-
Brazil. If he made $10, is a lot over there. So it's like, yeah. I mean, this is from what like Brazilians are saying. Like,
I didn't say it.
All the Brazilian fighters are like, yo, when you go to the UFC, like you could just come live and train in Brazil. Like one fight over here covers us for like a few months.
That's sick.
So could you imagine how well he lives in fucking Brazil? He's also a legend out there.
Yep.
So he's fine.
He doesn't pay for food out there.
100%. He hunts it himself with those bare hands, his Mickey Mouse hands.
I was gonna say he gets free food, but yeah, he could also.
Yeah,
hunt
that too.
himself,
Oops.
He gets free picanha.
Associating Brazilians with hunting only.
Because they're real men out there, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, not like us. We fucking go to a grocery store.
I don't even want to see the blood.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
Can you fillet this fish first, please?
I like the bones.
Yeah. Fish has bones.
BSD.
I saw that coming, I think, right?
We all saw that coming.
He was a massive favorite.
Yeah.
I couldn't put him on my parlay because he was going to devalue my parlay.
Yeah.
So,
Prepolec. Prepolec.
He was game, though. He was game. We have some fun exchanges.
Yeah, that was a little too easy of a fight for him.
Yeah.
Last minute, right?
Yeah, BSD, he was supposed to fight Joel Alvarez. That was going to be a tough fight for
He
him.
pulled out. That's my guy.
But, yeah, I think BSD was calling out...
He's back in the mix.
What's that guy's name? The Polish guy. Gamrot.
Oh, yeah, Gamrot.
That'd be a good fight.
Yeah. Gamrot's boring as shit, but...
BSD will force the pace. You know, it'll be a scrappy fight.
And he went back to his roots. Get the guy on the ground. Just don't stand and bang with Dustin Poirier.
Yeah. Stop that, brother.
When I look at BSD, I feel like he could drop a weight class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think he's a 145er, huh?
I think he's a 145er. Like, he looks like he could drop a weight class. You know, I'm saying this for somebody who obviously doesn't cut weight, but if it's possible for him.
You did.
Yeah, but not like that. If it's possible for him, I feel like if he dropped weight and he feels good, I think he'd fucking kill people over there. If he feels good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
145 sounds like a drag, dude.
Yeah.
If you're fighting 150, I'm like, man, fuck
That's
that.
why Ilia was like, peace.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that knockout that fucking Poirier put on him, though, that shit was horrendous. Oof. That was so fucking bad, dude.
I feel like BSD is like, he likes that. He's such a fast-paced starter, you know, like he likes the pressure.
Ooh, you can give him Fazeev. No,
Fazeev?
he wants Gamrot. I don't know why.
Yeah, make him fight Gamrot.
Patty Pimblett, huh?
Pimblett.
How about Patty Pimblett? I think that would be a great test for Patty.
Patty Pimblett. Ooh.
Isn't he fighting
BSD.
someone? Wait.
Patty's what? Top
He just won. He called out somebody. I think they might do it.
number
Who was it?
8. Dude, BSD Patty would be sick. But
Oh, someone says
he needs someone. He's
Patty Sarukian. That was kind of getting thrown out there.
Patty Sarukian makes a lot of sense.
Patty Sarukian was getting thrown out
It
there.
makes a lot of sense, dude. I think it's a fun fight for both of them.
Sarukian wants it too, right?
Yeah, they should make that.
Fat check.
Shit. He's a fucking helmet.
Yeah. I don't even understand how that's offensive, but I get it.
It's just,
like it.
just say objects.
He's
Yeah.
a sausage.
It's sausage.
A C-stand.
Yeah.
Your C-stand.
Just whatever the fuck it is, dude.
Bro,
Fucking plant pot.
Mike Malott. Mike Malott. That was a crazy fight.
Hey, good for Canada, right?
Whee! Canada went off in this fight card. The fights, we were talking shit about the fight card, but just like all the fight cards
They
that are
just
kind of whack,
Popping, dude.
they just have great fights, man. But I think Canada is one of those fight towns that just bring exciting fights.
And they brought a bunch of a lot of the Canadian legends were there. They had Rory was there, which I feel like I hadn't seen him in forever.
Dude.
What's the guy that fought Jose Aldo in Montreal? Hominick. Mark Hominick was there.
Hominick was there.
I was like, what happened to him?
Mark Hominick's the man,
Dude, there was,
such a good fight with
there
him.
was a
and
show
Jose.
they were talking about, like, remember all these fighters that we just
Hominick.
forgot?
That name is so long.
Like, we just forgot about all these fighters that used to be there. Like,
Because
who's
they're
that?
Canadian, that's why.
Like, who's that one guy Benson Henderson fought? But just fighters in general were like, where did they go?
Yeah.
The big dude, Thatcher. Brandon
Brandon Thatch.
See, like, there's always those fighters, like, they were so in our face for like a year or two, and then
Gone.
nothing.
I'm just making Canadian jokes. I actually love Canada. It's probably one of the nicest places I've ever been to. Yeah, they're really, you guys are really cool.
Sean Strickland doesn't like it.
Yeah, but you go there, they're pretty cool, dude.
It seems like they're all very nice.
Yeah, seems really.
Oh, by the way, you guys put me through a like a whole deep dive into Wagwan. I started watching all these YouTube videos. That's nuts.
Dude.
The Toronto
The
accent.
Toronto accent. It's these two white guys that go around just speaking it. I'm like,
Yeah.
what is this shit?
What are you, Gerber, fam?
yeah.
Gerbers?
Fam? I don't like how they say fam.
Gerber.
And all their voices are so high.
Yeah.
Is that on purpose?
And that's
Part of me makes me feel like, oh, this is just a bit. They're just fucking with it.
I thought it was a joke.
it's a part of the slang though. You have to high pitch your voice, which is weird. I don't understand
like
that part.
That's
Yeah.
the Canadian thing, huh?
Youths?
Youths?
Shout outs to you guys, dude. I hope you guys get erased. Jessica Andrade. Jessica Andrade.
What?
That's all. That's all.
Jasmine, Jews, Divicious.
I don't mean die. I just mean like gone forever.
Cease to exist.
Just wiped off.
erased.
Erased. The history of your people erased.
Jasmine, future.
She helped me win my parlay. Shout out Jasmine.
I mean, Jessica Andrade. I mean,
Buff Muff is out, bro.
Buff Muff, dude. But
It's a
like,
dead stat.
It just got to take her down.
yeah, that's
She's
really
got a
about
double
it.
legger.
Jessica Andrade's thing was that she was tough as nails and throws hammers, but then also too for like a lot of these like skilled like younger fighters too, they know what's up.
Yeah.
They know the game plan. The game plan is there, right? It's not like Andrade is evolving, right?
Yeah, she got a big overhand, and then she just is really mean.
Yeah, she's a tough fight, but somebody who's confident and skilled enough,
Yeah.
they could take her.
Is she on a skid? She's
She's on a
lost
skid right
couple.
now.
She's lost a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fights were pretty fun. They were fun
No,
fights.
Navajo Sterling, I think he won.
Yeah, he helped me win my parlay as well. Shout out Navajo. What is it?
She lost. She's 2 fights good.
Is his name Navajo?
Yeah. Or
thought
Navarro?
it was
Navarro?
Navarro.
No, Navajo.
Oh shit! I thought I
Wow,
was fucking that
dude.
up.
Dude, that's messed up.
Damn, look at the shape of his head.
Gerber farm.
Gerber,
Dude, you're such a Gerber fam.
bro. Mark Andre,
Let's go Canada.
Dude,
Bruno Silva needs to stop fighting. Bro.
I think he died and he
Dog,
came back to life.
They did a
fight.
slow mo on that elbow that dropped him. You could see his skull crack. You could see it like the indent of his skull as the elbow hits, and you're like, that makes you throw up. That makes me not want to watch fighting.
Did you hear
anymore.
what he was saying? He was like mumbling like crazy because he got hurt so bad.
No,
Bruno?
they put it on
it was
air.
it was horrendous, dude. It's like bad, man. Bruno needs to stop fighting.
Mark also helped me win my parlay. I didn't
Wow.
like that one that much, but
It was. Look at this. It's so bad.
It's not that bad.
It-
Look,
oh.
it's fine. And
this is the one I think.
Oh, right there.
Oh, Gerber.
That
That
was
was a
done.
slow mo, dude. You could see the dent happen on the side
Cracked
of
his
his.
skull with his elbow, dude. He was like moaning.
Such a bad shot.
It was so bad, dude.
and that's like, I think he got knocked out in his last one too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
He's
done, bro.
And it's crazy too because he was such an interesting prospect when he came into the UFC.
Yeah.
Dangerous. And also too, in the earlier fights with Pereira, he gave Pereira the biggest challenge.
Yep.
And now look at him. Maybe it was the damage from Pereira that did it. I don't know.
Oh man, just like the past couple fights, looks like he doesn't want to be there.
Yeah.
Poor guy, man.
I think
Poor
it's
guy.
a wrap. Not
That's a life changing KO. Right?
100%, dude. What happened to the last person that got his head caved in? Cyborg?
Yeah, my
Oh, yeah.
MVP just ended his career.
Ended his career. And you don't want to fight
So,
it.
it's so brutal. dude.
Yeah.
It's so brutal. This fucking sport,
Like, you know what knockouts that happen? We're just like, damn, that was insane. This one I never wanted to
bro. Zat. Did you see the uppercut
see
he
that.
landed on
I didn't see
Katona?
that fight.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Dude.
And this is the guy. I remember I was like, who the fuck is this guy, Bekzat? And I forgot that he fought Umar early in the UFC. It was like his first fight in the UFC. He lost a close decision to him. But Umar actually kind of had his way with him. But it was like Bekzat almost dropped him a couple times.
I think
so. He's going to be a good name at 135, bro.
I think for Beksat too, that was a last minute fight too.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He was supposed to fight like Sandhagen or something. He came in last minute.
Watch it. Watch if it comes up. Watch it, dude. It's fucking sick.
That right uppercut. He
These
just
stands,
starched
man.
him.
These
And he was
stands.
looking for it too. He was looking for it.
Damn, these boys look solid. The way-
He's gonna go back out there.
Oh!
Bro, bonk. That shit was bad.
Oh!
He was going for the level change, huh? Damn.
Where's he from? Kazakhstan?
Uzbekistan.
Oh, Uzbekistan.
Bonk.
Eyes closed. Ooh.
Oh, no.
That shit was bad, dude. Right when I saw that, I'm like, dude, stop the fight, man.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
Man, good finishes. It was a very good fight card. But take everything back.
Those are the things that we literally just talked about in the last podcast. Throw something up the fucking middle. Get them.
Especially on the wrestlers.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Beak.
Because he tried, he penetrated and he tried to change levels, and then
He saw it coming.
boom right there.
He wasn't
dude.
phased by that jab. He said, "Yeah, right."
I saw
check
that
this
one
out.
coming, dude.
The guy was on his phone. He didn't even see his fight. He's acting like he saw what happened. I hate that.
Yeah, dude.
He's live
Dude,
streaming.
pay attention to your fighters, dude.
Look at this guy.
Bekzat.
Shout out
Yeah.
to this 50-year-old face,
Another 135er.
To look out
Another-
for.
dude.
Guys, some fight news here. It looks like we're going to get RDR against Whitaker. Do we like this fight?
That's a good matchup for RDR.
Yeah.
What about Whitaker, though?
One of the
a
biggest
tough
middleweights
matchup
with
for him.
one of the smaller middleweights too.
And you know what RDR is going to try to do.
Grab him.
But then again, Rob, he could starch that fool. He could crack him.
Sniper.
He could hit him.
I don't ever go against fucking Whitaker, dude. Whitaker is going to starch this fool. I think
Too quick, baby.
I think the Ritter is going to try to close that distance, and he's going to try to eat a couple of shots from Whitaker. But Whitaker hits really fucking hard, and he's in and out. So you better make sure that
Your
you
setups
grab
are
him.
nice.
Yeah, your setups are nice, and you can grab him. Because if not, Whitaker's just going to pepper you until he knocks you out. And I just feel like with Whitaker, with his last fight too, you know, he's already motivated on every fight. He ain't going to go out and lose
Dude,
fucking to Ritter.
what a big fucking jump, man.
He deserves it though.
RDR went from 13 to be like, all right, fight number 5. They're fast tracking this.
See,
dude.
I thought they were going to give him someone here. I did not know we were going to.
If Bo Nickal would have won, they probably would have had to fight Rob Whittaker.
Oh my
next
Dude,
time.
that would be. Ugh.
Bo Nickal though, dude, even after this loss, he is not doing himself any favors.
I heard I heard people are upset with what he's been saying. I didn't really hear what he was saying.
It's just the same shit. So his tune hasn't changed up at all.
So
It's the attitude. It's really the attitude about it.
Is it like a sense of arrogance of like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't really lose that fight? What
It's
was
not
he
that so
saying?
much is that he didn't really lose that fight. It seems like he hasn't registered that his skill level isn't there yet, right? So now I'm like, oh shit, you might lose again, dude. Like
Everyone's calling him the Ronda Rousey.
oh my god,
the
that's
male
so
Ronda
bad.
Rousey. And you're like, oh,
But
no,
dude,
I hope not.
Dricus Duplessis said the same shit that we were saying about him, right? You're a great wrestler. It's not MMA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like you talk shit about the people who have already done it that you haven't. It's exactly what I said, and that's exactly what DDP said.
I heard Jimmy Smith talking about this, and he was saying that like most college wrestlers, when they win their national championship or whatever, they leave when they're 21 and they decide to go into MMA, and they have from 21 to like early 30s to develop their skills. And I think Bo Nickal was competing up until like his mid 20s, because I think he's like what, 27 right now?
27, 28 around there, yeah.
So like his start is a little bit later as far as like actually training MMA, because he was such a specialist for so long in those like core years. And that's why he was saying like this guy hasn't developed that fast because of that reason.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, that makes a lot of sense, because when you're wrestling at the highest level like that, how often are you going to be doing some boxing, some jiu-jitsu, especially if your skill gap is that big, right?
Because the hard part for Bo Nickal now is that what you see with a lot of young fighters who have an undefeated streak, one of the biggest winning factors that you have is this mysticism about you, right? Like, oh, he hasn't lost yet. I got to be careful. Well, you don't got that anymore.
Yeah.
So not only has your skill set has been exposed, now you don't even have that. So people are going to be willing to fight him and not give a shit. And now he has to weather that storm again without the fear of being taken down. So I don't know now.
Because what we learned from that fight from the RDR fight is, if you pressure him and you could stop a couple takedowns and clinch him, you could hurt his body, you could beat him up, give him forward pressure, and make him not as effective with wrestling if he's on his back foot.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's probably gonna be the strategy to beat Bo.
Especially for him too, when he was assessing himself, I think that something that stuck out to me, he was like, oh, I just made a few small mistakes. I was like, you didn't make a few small mistakes, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? How can you watch that fight and say that? You know what I mean? Like, you got completely outclassed. You were not on that level. And if that hasn't sunk into him yet, it's like, dude, how do you get better? It's like, how do you think you're the best and think that somebody can teach you something? Like, I don't know how that's going to work for him, right? Makes me a little sad, because I really do believe he has the ability to go back on top, but if that's his attitude, who knows?
I think Bo's gonna be world champ, dude.
Well,
I think he's gonna be a world
you
champ.
have a little cum on your face, dude. Yeah, wipe that off. Jesus Christ, dude.
I think he's gonna be a world champ.
Yeah.
At 170, brother.
Yeah, his fingers.
I think he's gonna cut weight.
Oh, yeah, if he cuts weight, maybe.
Yeah, that's my take.
Yeah, all right.
You want to hear your hot take?
Yeah,
dude?
you could take your shit.
Can he
and
cut
take
to
outside.
170? That could be good, actually.
No, I don't know. Probably not. He's a big
big,
motherfucker,
right?
bro.
Yeah. Why do people keep saying he's small for fucking middleweight? Why do people keep saying that?
RDR's just big.
RDR.
Yeah, RDR is
Massive.
just gigantic for the weight class.
Who else is 6'4" in the division? Izzy wasn't even 6'4".
Yeah, I think
what,
6'3".
6'3" and a half. Come on, Nick.
Yeah, they keep saying
the stat. I want to see.
they keep saying he's small for middleweight. He's not small for middleweight at all.
I think he's quite medium.
Yeah, he's pretty standard. You know what I'm saying? He's about
He's a standard middleweight.
Yeah, he's the middle porridge. He's pretty good, dude. He's just porridge. That's all.
Just porridge.
Yeah, he's porridge Bo Nickal. What's Bo Nickal's nickname?
I don't think he has one.
Well, let's give him one right now.
Loser. Here we go.
Oh my god.
Not like a real one, like a real fight, like one he would.
I think David's being serious.
No, dude, come on.
Bo asshole.
Play the game. Play the game.
Oh, jackass. My bad.
These are just the same. They're not any different.
Oh, my bad. Bo.
You're not getting the game, dude.
What is it? What we
Like, you know, Ilia Topuria is
wait.
El Matador, something like that.
He changed it back, by the way.
To El
Good.
Matador.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
good
can't
for
give
him.
yourself a nickname. The fuck is that about?
That's why it's
Bo
on us to give him one.
Actually, no, guess. He actually does have a nickname. What do you think?
All American.
I bet it's also probably self-given. What do you think?
Bo, I never lose, Nickel.
Close. The Butcher.
Is it?
It's The Butcher.
When have you butchered anybody?
He wrestled at Penn State,
NCAA.
right?
Yeah.
Is that where Joe
Two-time
Paterno?
NCAA.
That's the Joe Paterno thing.
Yeah, that's
That's
the
the college. That's the college.
That's
right?
the coach that had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Two-time double
Larry
NC
Sandusky.
NCAA champions. Yeah, I don't even know what that means. I don't watch wrestling, but I heard it's a big.
It's a big deal. It's a
big
deal.
fucking deal.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
It's like
He was supposed to go to the Olympics, but he didn't because of COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and that's why he switched over to MMA.
Man.
Go back, huh?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. When people say,
Dave was like, go back to the Olympics.
Flip that. Go back.
but look, if people say that I don't fucking know who Bo Nickal is, I do know who he is, dude. I know all this because I listened to his podcast and I listened to him talk because I thought he was going to be like some shit. And then as the competition started rising, you got to see where his level is.
Oh, so you started off as a major fan, and then the more you heard him talk, the more you were like, dude,
Yeah, what the fuck?
this guy. Yeah. Oh, interesting.
He did it to himself.
Yeah.
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 Well, David's been following his pod. I never listened to his pod.
I tried to. I couldn't.
You really?
I'm shocked that you were able to get through.
I think it's it's hard for him to talk when his own dick is in his mouth. You know what I mean? It's like Jesus Christ.
Well, that's why he's going to be world champ, dude.
Jesus. No. Sweet little redhead boy, dude. Yeah. No soul, Ginger.
First redhead champ.
Yeah. We're talking about Sam Alvey, dude.
My bad.
Still can't get
That's the
Sam
real
Alvey,
redhead
man.
goat.
Gang.
The ginger
dude.
goat, dude.
Hell yeah, dude.
Sam Alvey.
Don't ever forget about no Sam Alvey, dude.
So, do you guys remember that little tweet that Alex Pereira sent out saying he was upset with the UFC, he might want to quit, and then he said, I was hacked, guys. I really didn't mean to say that.
You think that's true?
No, because we got more
No.
info that Ankalaev was also offered a fight at 317. So I think that was Alex Pereira just kind of being like, fuck you
Management
guys.
play?
I asked for the fight at the end of the year. I was your previous champion, and now you guys are trying to make me do this last minute again at International Fight Week because you fuckers didn't plan a fight. The UFC still doesn't have a fight for 317.
Because I think they were banking on Islam and Ilia, right?
Ilya,
Yeah,
that would
that's what I
be
heard.
that would be an international fight.
I wonder if Ilia's going to fight on that fight card.
No, because JDM just fought. He's too tired.
No, Ilia. You think Ilia's going to fight Charles or something?
They would have to. What other big? So this would have been the other big fight.
Wow.
But so they might give Ankalaev someone else now, and I think Pereira's pissed about that.
Who are they going to give Dude.
Dude,
But they
Kutilaba, obviously.
Oh, rematch.
Rematch for the headliner of international.
The fourth fight they've had.
Like, that's so crappy for Pereira because he's been such a company man.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he has always showed up every time without fail. With these fights, he never had to take, and he was victorious in all of them minus this one. Yeah. So, you can't disrespect Pereira like that, dude. Especially he's done everything. And look at the way they're fucking slobbing the knob of Jon Jones. He hasn't fought in about 46 years.
Bro, if there's anyone they need to give shit to, bro, it's Jon Jones. I saw a bunch of reports of Tom Aspinall being like, I don't even give a fuck about Jon Jones anymore.
Yeah.
He's like, this is annoying.
He's
this
like
is boring.
39. I need to go.
What was the fucking publication that put out the longest reigning heavyweight champ is Jon Jones?
ESPN.
It's so easy when you don't fight.
He's only like one title defense, right?
That's the craziest thing. Why would you even write that?
Yeah.
The longest reigning what?
It's a good stat. Got a lot of engagement. People were mad.
Guess what?
people were in there. Boy.
I'm also an undefeated fighter.
I'm not. Fuck.
Yeah, that's your fault. You should have taken that fight.
I should have taken that fight. I should have said no.
Undefeated fighter,
I
dude.
should have ducked that dude, bro.
Yeah, man.
Ah, damn.
One PKB match, undefeated, dude. No, I actually lost that match. I got disqualified.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Through a head
What?
kick.
I punched the guy in the head and he fucking crumbled. And
Yeah,
then,
but how do you determine if like the guy?
well, that's the thing too, right?
They
There
said
we
no
go.
KOs. They said no
When you
KOs.
go to PKB, if you guys have ever, these refs are so inconsistent, right? So you'll see some where they're like, hey, slow it down. Other times they just let them go.
Yeah.
I'm not going to get slept. And this was like when I was, 20? And I just threw whatever and I just cracked the guy by luck.
Usually, you know what they say is like, if one person is beating the shit out of somebody else, and that's when they'll stop it. And I'll be like,
It was probably my jitters too. I was not very good and he was not very good.
they probably saw the hate in your fucking eyes. They were like, not 100%. That was. 100%.
I don't even know what I hit him with, dude. But just know that guy and we both sucked ass. So it was just like two fat guys fighting each other.
But did you
That's
KO him or he just fell down like just a knock?
I don't know if it was a KO because
He just shelled up.
he just went back and I just kept fucking throwing hands like.
You started ground pounding him.
he's
They
huge
pulled
from
you
that.
off.
And he was like wobbly, like, which I thought was a pussy thing too. You know
Whoa,
what I mean?
dude, what if you really got hurt?
From me at the time, I was so fucking fat.
I get
out
it,
of
dude.
shape.
I've done a pussy thing at a martial arts competition.
Oh, you
too.
motherfucker,
I
dude.
faked hyperventilating so I didn't have to fight the girl.
That's tight.
It was a
That's a
girl.
lose-lose, though. That's a lose-lose.
Listen, that's a lose-lose situation for you.
You had to get out of there.
No, but this girl, dude, this was like 1996, the Battle of Atlanta, karate, point sparring. I remember, I hate sparring. I don't know how I made it to the finals, but it was like, we're young enough where it's like co-ed, right?
Yeah.
And there's this girl, her name was Jackie Brown. I remember it. Very hot. But she was part of a very like Christian nationalist team. They're from Alabama. So they all had like giant crosses and like, for God we fight. And
Yeah,
I'm just
bro,
this
you ain't
guy,
beating that.
And I'm the guy who has like a
For the Philippines!
a fake Mortal Kombat uniform because I thought it looked cool.
Yeah.
And I made
Like
it to the
Scorpion.
I made it to the end. I don't know how the fuck I got there. And I remember being like, I don't want to do this because this girl's been piecing up dudes. And we got there.
It's the power of
And she
Christ.
just does one pop of a
Christ.
jab, and like, it's points where they stop it. Point. And I go like, oh my God, my eyes start watering. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. So we just keep moving around. I keep avoiding. And I start going, and I start doing this. And everyone's like, what's happening? And then I got myself to pass out.
Is this something you're going to regret for the rest of your life?
No.
Also, too, I would myself before I ever tell the story publicly.
That's why Gil's a gem, dude.
Dude, I did this, and I remember I fell over. Still very aware. I saw my mom in the audience, and she knew what I was doing because I had done this.
He's
Nice
doing the
try!
thing.
He's lying!
Just put vinegar in his nose. He's lying.
I know.
He'll wake up because
Just to let you know, he's a big pussy.
I used to get out of sparring on Saturdays by just pretending I hated fucking.
You would do that? What the fuck is that?
I got an icebox where my heart used to be. He's just dancing.
He's just dancing. Don't trick him.
Nice try, Omarion. Please bite again.
And the girl
See
what?
that?
They called it EMT and the whole thing. I remember seeing my mom looking at me going,
Dude, man.
So you got to use that to your advantage. You got to start hyperventilating, then side kick to the face. You got to make it seem like you're hurt, and then
he's doing the stingray.
Then
I'm
you throw
pulling her
sand in
in.
the eyes. You know what I mean?
Gilbert, that is the most embarrassing story I ever heard in my
And
life.
I'll
How old
admit
were
it. I was probably 11 or 12.
Damn. Didn't know you were gay at 11. Saw that.
I didn't want to get
Saw that.
beat up by a girl,
Saw that.
so I
I thought
faked
you were
my
born
law.
gay, not gay, dude.
That was my gay origin
Yeah,
story.
that's a gay origin story.
This is how I became gay.
Yeah, I might as well just cross over at this point, huh?
11 is tough, though, bro. That's tough.
When a girl has a whole team praying for her, and you're just by yourself because your mom was like, "You should do this competition."
If they're all praying before the fight, I'd be scared too, I think.
Dude, it's a thing too. Like, when I go on the ground, the other person has to kneel. They all get behind her and they all put their hands on her.
See?
So they're all laying
So you had
hands
no
on
one-
her.
you had
And
no
I'm
one
just
doing
going-
that for
I'm
you.
going, oh, fuck.
You're like becoming a jellyfish.
Fuck. Someone put water on me.
Damn, dude.
As an 11-year-old, that's what he thought hyperventilating
That
was.
is crazy, dude. They're like, that's not even hyperventilating.
That's not
bro.
a thing. You just made that up.
Dude, I wish there's videotape of that and the videotape of my fucking PKB match. It would be so funny.
I gotta find it. Mine was recorded.
Really?
Yeah.
If anybody knows me this was in Moreno Valley, please somebody have recorded this. It was so fucking embarrassing.
Dude, I feel like Moreno Valley is like where they would do all the fucking
All of them, dude.
fights.
And by the way, the kickboxing place I went to, I'm 100% sure that guy didn't know what he was doing.
Like
It was like an
amateur.
older white guy.
Yeah, back in the day, bro, everybody was
Yeah, and it was
making shit up.
kickboxing and we had to call him sensei. I'm pretty sure I got
Yeah.
Sensei.
There's
Yeah.
no white senseis, bro.
Took me over there. I just started swinging. The guy just gave up, and then I fucking got disqualified, and that was the end of the story. That's
Sounds
it.
like a W to me.
Yeah.
Speaking of me being gay and transitioning at 12,
Bro, insane.
This is an old video from MMA Guru, but it's been brought up to attention again. But he did a whole video on Jon Jones being a closeted gay man.
You know what's crazy? All these videos that he posted, I saw already.
Same.
I saw this a long
That's
time
what
ago.
tripped me the fuck out.
And it completely, I'm like, oh shit.
It's crazy when someone steers the narrative or highlights contextual clues about someone being gay.
Contextual clues.
Because I didn't know all that shit was going down where Jon Jones was with some dude and the things he was saying and he's like touching the homie's penis because the comedian was reacting to it like, bro, you just touched that guy's cock. Like, what's going on?
Wait, I watched that video. He touched the guy's
I don't,
dick.
I
yeah,
just
off
glazed
camera.
over.
Off camera he did.
Glaze all over.
Oh, my bad. My bad, dude.
Wait.
My bad. Dude. I completely glazed
Oh my
over,
God, the
dude.
stand-up's crazy.
It
You
was
guys
so
are
fucking
immature, okay? You
Guys, I swear I'm not gay.
guys are making me nervous. I'm hyperventilating.
Give me a paper bag quick.
Yeah, I completely didn't realize that he was with the man.
So the reason why this all came out again is because there was
Break
a
it down,
video
Nick. Break it
of Jon Jones. I guess he's doing everything but fight Tom Aspinall or get ready for the fight.
On a scooter.
And then he's
in
with all the Russian
Thailand-
dudes, all the Russian guys. Have you seen the Russian Tough, by the way? The Russian
Crazy.
Ultimate Fighter? These guys are, anytime they square up and they get in each other's face, somebody's getting cheap shotted, someone's getting knocked out, someone's fighting. But Jon Jones is the coach for him and Nate Diaz
which makes it
are the coaches.
Oh shoot! Oh God, I thought that was.
Oh, no, that's not it. That's not it.
Holy shit!
I thought that was Jon Jones, dude.
But the video, everybody's saying that's Jon Jones.
I was like, oh shit!
This secures it.
Oh my God, he has the same body shape as Jon Jones.
Dude, it's wild. But Jon Jones is riding on the scooter with this Russian dude, and he's like pulling his hair, and he's like hugging him, being very touchy-feely, you know.
Also, nothing wrong if he is.
A little bit.
Okay.
But he was probably a little drunk or something, you know. But when you watch that, and then you see all these videos of MMA Guru talking about how he's a closeted gay man, and then Jon Jones actually responded to MMA Guru.
Oh, what?
And he was like, "Wow, look at this fucking basement dweller calling me gay."
You know what? I
Look at
should have
that.
fucking known this when he was doing a press fight conference thing with Daniel Cormier, and he said the gayest thing ever. He goes, "Wow, you're gonna drop the N-bomb?" I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah. That's
gay.
pretty good.
That's about as gay as it gets, dude.
He's pretty petty in my head.
Yeah.
I feel like he's the pettiest man alive, and I feel like that's in line.
Yeah, all the
in line.
LGBTQ fans out there, can you also confirm pettiness is also the gay thing? Right? Because I might be gay.
Yeah. We all
100%.
are. We all are.
Pretty fucking petty.
It's a spectrum, I heard.
Yeah, I once deflated my neighbor's tires for a month straight because they pissed me off. So.
That was hilarious. It wasn't even a tire slash. It was a slow. Am I going crazy?
And you know how
Kinda
petty I
petty?
am? I walked over and I asked him what happened every time. And I was the one who was doing it.
He's
Sounds like,
like,
you need some new tires.
Yeah.
Sure you don't got a flat?
Do you need help?
100%.
There's a pump.
You want me to patch it?
My favorite line that I always say to him is like, damn, the construction, dude.
Yeah, the nails. Meanwhile, in the morning, 6 a.m., David's just throwing nails in the driveway.
I don't throw nails.
Nails?
Okay. I set up a camera out in the front to see when he would go to work. And then I would time it out where I would put the nail and I would angle it so when he rolls out, it would pop his tire. Don't.
So anyway,
So like anyway,
So I'm gay.
that's how you do it. You
That's what it is.
shouldn't have been pissing you off, though. What do you do? What did your neighbor do?
Well, I had a brand new car and it was street parking. I parked it right where it was perfectly fine. And then I guess he liked that spot. They didn't know you own the street.
Yeah.
But even then,
Guys get it. Guys.
by the way, if he came up to me and said, hey, I like parking my car here. Can we just switch out? I would have done it 100%. He decides to just spray my car
Water.
with water and it gets hard water stains on my brand new car. And I had to get that shit detailed. So he owed me like,
Honestly, you probably should have cut his fucking brakes.
okay, wow.
see that's
was
that's
that
not
too-
gay anymore.
oh,
It's too
that's too
straight.
much?
That's too straight.
Oh, all
I
right,
just
dude.
wanted to make sure that the
Can't
payment
please
that I
everybody.
had to pay to get my car, the hard water stains off, that he would pay it in tires. And it turns out that tires are like $300 a pop.
Yeah, they're really
So I actually overdid it.
Yeah. You did it
I'm
too many
an
times.
asshole.
Yeah. When you do it about like 4 times, you kind of overdo it.
The front and the back.
I did to all the tires just for fun.
So that's about $1,200.
That's a lot of money. Actually.
I wish I was making this up, but I'm not.
It's okay, guys. We live and we learn.
What is this?
This is Rolando Romero
As a
doing
judoka.
judo.
Look at
Bro. Hey, the more I've been seeing Rolly in interviews, I think that fool is actually very likable. He's the next
star.
boxing star, dude.
When he
He's
does
like, who's smart, though?
He does like these like small like fighting analysis stuff, and I'm like, wait, you know what you're talking about?
Yep.
I'm like, oh, are you fucking with us right now, dude?
Yeah.
I think he's fucking with us.
He
think
plays
so.
dumb, huh?
I think him trash talking, that's not everyone's skill set, because that's a hard
He's
skill
just
set.
bad at that.
He just may not be good. Look at this motherfucker with your fucking, oh, my dick is as big as your arm.
Yeah.
But it's fun.
That's
dude.
hilarious. That's funny. That's funny. But like when he's talking about fighting, you're like, oh yeah, this guy's really smart. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's why he's a world champ for a reason.
How about we
But
get this
who
guy?
knew?
How about we get him in MMA?
Yeah, how did this guy start doing judo?
And how the fuck is
Tossing
he the
this
white
motherfucker.
belt tossing up the blue belt like it's nothing?
Yeah, that's
he,
kind of wild.
He went after this dude.
Look at his
bro.
coach is like, "This is his first day." Just start.
Let's start doing judo, boys. Are you guys down?
There's, you know what?
Sambo. I want to wear
In
shorts.
LA, there's not any judo studios.
There's like one hardcore judo spot.
Yeah.
It's in
and that's where
Glendale,
all
right?
the judokos go.
Is it Glendale?
There's one in, I think there's one in LA.
Armenian
it's like
people
the
love
judo.
judo.
They do.
Oh yeah, dude.
Remember
What is
when
that?
Remember I had that conversation with the guy next door for 2 hours?
Oh,
you guys
yeah,
left
yeah.
me? Thank you.
Honestly, Armenian cats just love martial arts, bro.
Yeah.
All the Armenian dudes I know, they either do Kempo karate, they do MMA, or they're just leg lock guys.
And they love telling the stories about how many people they've tried to kill.
Every old Armenian
Yep.
dude tells me they're black belt MMA.
Yep.
Who they
I'm like,
know,
respect.
what was happening when Bruce Lee was alive.
And they all know
Bro.
Gokar. And Carl Parisian.
Yeah.
It's a-
Carl
it's a-
Parisian is
it's
the
a
perfect
type.
example
For real.
of the judo Armenian dude.
Yeah, yeah.
But he actually does it.
For real.
Yeah.
He's so good.
By the way, if you guys don't know who Carl Parisian is,
He-
he
Oh,
was
I
fucking
should get him on
sick
here.
as
Actually.
fuck,
I should
dude.
reach out. He's funny.
His judo in MMA was fucking
So
sick,
good.
dude.
Good.
So good.
God damn, he was good.
Mad funny too.
Do you think judo or any kind of grappling would help boxing? Thoughts? Maybe not.
I think
Clinch
wrestling,
work,
I think
maybe?
wrestling helps fucking boxing.
Yeah. Like look at Terrence Crawford, right? He's like a legit wrestler, and his physicality is probably one of his best weapons. You
Yeah.
know? Like he can clinch. He's used to all that. And he'd be talking about Terrence Crawford, bro, is mad cool. When he starts talking about other boxers, he's like, straight up, outside of a boxing fight, I'll beat your fucking ass. He's like, I'll fucking kill you. I'll take your ass down.
He's scary.
And you see him wrestle, he can wrestle, bro.
I forgot he was like wrestling his younger cousin who was like twice his size. He was playing with him.
Legit
I'm like,
wrestling.
Does he? When I saw that video, I didn't know he wrestled, but I was like, does he wrestle? Because that's actually hella good. You know?
I think he
Hot
grew up
take,
in
does he beat
Ohio.
Bo Nickal
Yeah,
Bo Nickal.
an MMA fight? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, dude.
With those hands,
in wrestling?
Work.
his hands are crazy, bro.
Yeah. I don't give a shit, dude. Bo Nickal, meh.
10-7 round, bro. 10-7 rounds.
Yeah.
Three of them.
Big
Wait.
fight announcement. UFC 317 fight card. Dana White just announced it's 20 minutes. That's when we turn back the podcast. Ilia Topuria will be fighting Charles Oliveira.
Wow.
I don't know where. Oh, UFC 317, which is International Fight Week. And we also have, Nick, what other fight?
Khamzat
Verse.
and DDP.
Wow.
I'm trying to figure out what day that fight is because it's not on the same as UFC 317. But I'm trying to figure it out, but this guy's not saying it.
Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira, we kind of heard about this, what was going to happen with the JDM Belal fight. Now it's official. Let's get some early picks. And what are you guys' thoughts, David?
Dude,
The fight card is sick, dude.
Grappling versus striking or what?
I never ever count out somebody like Charles Oliveira. You can't, right? But Charles Oliveira has this habit of keeping his chin up and getting cracked, and you're not going to survive a punch from fucking Ilia Topuria like that. I just don't see it happening. Charles has no quit in him, but the quit doesn't matter when your lights are out. So I think that stylistically, Topuria is a terrible matchup for Charles Oliveira. He has no fear of his jiu-jitsu either, especially because of the system that Ilia has for dealing with jiu-jitsu. It is not a good matchup.
He's a great grappler.
Yes.
And he says he's very confident in his grappling. Okay, so Khamzat and DDP is at UFC 319 in Chicago.
Oh. Chicago. I didn't even know Khamzat could fight in the U.S. I thought it was going to be in like Abu Dhabi.
I'm sure that was the reason why this fight was on ice for a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was some
Just to get him
visa
approved.
work
Yeah.
happening.
Chicago. I hope Khamzat comes out to the like the Islam version of the Bulls song
Did you see this?
with a sitar.
With the sitar? Did you see that clip
Coming in, number 9,
of
Khamzat Chimaev.
DDP try to get grappled by every gym member, and him just fucking standing up?
It's a video?
He's a motherfucker.
Dude, it looks like a porno.
There
right?
was one match.
Gangbang? A
Yeah,
wrestling
it
gang.
looks like a gangbang.
There was this one quintet match where DDP goes in and he smashes the whole team. He goes out there. I think he submits like 5 guys. in a
Damn.
row. And it was a quintet, and he just beat everybody. He's a motherfucker. And he was like, "Yeah, I just showed up. I wasn't even supposed to compete. And
That's
I
fucking
competed,
crazy. That's
and I
nonsense.
just smashed these guys." He just beating up the whole jiu-jitsu club.
That's what I'm saying.
But 317, dude, is a really fun fight card. This is June 28th. Paulo Costa versus Roman Kopylov.
Ooh.
Beneil Dariush versus Hanato Moicano.
Oh, that's a good one.
Brandon Royval, Manel Cape, and Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez. And then co-main, Pantoja versus Kai Kara France.
That's a fucking stacked ass fucking card,
That's
dude.
a great card.
Holy shit.
Beneil, yeah.
Ooh, Tracy Cortez is on there.
Oh, I thought it
Vivian-
said Tracy Cortez versus Justin
Oh, bro.
Tafa.
That's-
What
they-
the fuck?
Wow, they just set up Shara
Shara.
Bullet versus Marc-Andre
Who
Barrios.
just won 5 minutes ago.
Wow, that's great. That's a great fight.
Why do they keep putting Whitaker in Abu Dhabi?
Dude, Jack Hermanson versus Rodriguez. That either is going to be exciting or boring.
Rodriguez is going to KO him, I think.
RoboCop all day, right?
Hermanson
RoboCop.
has this. Listen, it's a smart thing for him to do, but he runs around the cage and he tries to pepper people up. Gregory Rodriguez is going to hunt him down, dude. And I just think Jack is not going to look good in that one. So
Nick, what was your thoughts? David gave us his on Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira.
I agree
Early
with
pick.
David 100%. I just feel like, once again, in all the ways that Charles Oliveira is great, I think Ilia is better. And just the KO power, bro. Like the way he was able to put out Max, Volk, everybody.
Jiu-Jitsu, though. What about Jiu-Jitsu?
I think his jiu-jitsu is,
Better than a Charles Oliveira?
I think style-wise is probably better. His top game is probably better. And I feel like it may not get there. I don't think it's going to get to the ground. I feel like Ilia is going to KO him on the feet.
and from his interviews from Rogan, apparently grappling is his main fighting style.
That's what he started with. He started off
That's
he was a
mind-blowing.
jiu-jitsu Greco-Roman guy.
yeah.
So that's why he's tossing people on their fucking heads. His like the way he trains jiu-jitsu, man, it's very good. He knows what he's doing.
He's one of those people that remind me of why people like him versus somebody like Bo Nickal, because he walks the walk and he talks the talk
And is confident.
and is confident.
When you hear him talk and he's like, they were like, where's this power come from? And he's like, it's God given.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's like, I just know when I touch you, I just hurt people. He's like, he literally was like, I don't spar with people anymore because I just hurt too many sparring partners.
Oh God.
And we've seen the clips too when he rips into the body.
I have never seen a guy like that with so much sparring footage of him just knocking people out.
Yeah. It's all body shots too. It's not even headshot.
And it's like, dude, he clearly has some God-given power that we haven't really seen before. And he knows how to set it up and piece it together. Like, that's the other thing is like,
Look at this.
He has the technique to get to those spots and those positions.
Look at that.
And it looks like he's not even putting that much behind
Dude,
it.
he fucking laid that fool out like a French painting, dude. On his side like this. Jack, paint me.
Je ne sais quoi.
Yeah.
Like, he's really technical. He hits hard. Like, he's a nightmare, bro. He's a nightmare at 155.
Look at this.
So I think Ilia.
Yeah.
I think Ilia.
And then, guys, give me your early picks. We've talked about it before, but DDP and Khamzat Chimaev in America, USA.
I think DDP.
I think DDP actually wins pretty easy.
I think
He stops the grappling exchanges.
I think
his
100%.
grappling is good enough to be able to stop that early onslaught from Khamzat. That's what we know he's the most dangerous, right? If you could survive that first couple rounds, and DDP is nothing but a survivor, and he eventually finds a way to win. I just feel like his conditioning, his confidence, where he's at right now, I think it's going to be really hard to beat him.
Yeah.
But Khamzat could definitely do it. Like, he's probably the biggest challenge to him at 185.
Yeah,
that's probably the best fight they can make. Those are the best two guys in the division. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if Khamzat beats DDP.
Look, man, if
he ragdolls him, I'd be like, holy shit, Khamzat is the truth.
if a gym full of 17 large South African males cannot take down DDP, one Khamzat will not do it.
I just don't know if the conditioning is going to hold up. Man.
Yeah.
Like, the conditioning is the biggest thing because that's DDP's weapon. Like, that's where he's really good.
Also, he's strong as shit.
Oh, what if he just picked up DDP like that?
That'd be great. Dude, if he did that to DDP, I'd be like, bro, give him 205.
This guy gasses.
Make him fight Jon Jones. You know, like, that's what I would say.
Gasses, man.
This is not a disbelief in what Khamzat can do and has done. It's more of my belief in how ridiculous DDP is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. He has, you want to talk about God-given goofy ass talent? DDP. He also has it too, but in a weird way.
Goofy ass talent.
You know what I mean? He also has something God-given to him too. I don't know what exactly it is, but people haven't figured it out.
Diamond Dallas Page.
My bad.
He hits him with a diamond cutter, baby. Come on.
Bad search.
If he hits him with one of these, bro.
It's done.
Look at this thumbnail. DDP, goofy awkward.
There you go.
But honestly, those guys are really hard to fight, man.
Yeah.
Because it's like, who are you going to get that's going to replicate him
Yeah.
in the gym?
I mentioned this too. You know, you ever like spar with somebody who hasn't really trained, but they're hitting you in the face? It's just so weird.
Yeah, you're like, what the fuck?
There's no rhythm. Yeah. You know? It's like, oh, this is really hard to deal with.
Dude, this is crazy. 5 guys trying to take.
What I say, dude? What I say?
But didn't even hit them out once.
Also, it's crazy that it's 5 black guys wrestling him.
That's
Did
what I'm
he
saying.
ask for that?
Look at this, and he's gonna stand up.
Oh shit! This is like
Look at what is this? What is this nonsense? What is this nonsense?
This is this is a representation of the apartheid. That's crazy. The white colonizer always wins.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's nonsense.
What? They didn't do anything.
They tried.
They stopped it.
He also looks drunk.
Look, I'm just saying, DDP has something going on about him, dude.
Yeah, DDP, bro. I think I'm going DDP on this one. I'm done doubting him.
And he held his drink the whole time? Oh my God, this guy's going to win.
Look at that.
This is insane.
Khamzat's watching this footage quaking in his boots, dude.
I just need one of me, brother.
Look, this is crazy.
Yeah, wrestling bullshit, brother.
Yeah, this guy bullshit, brother.
Bullshit, brother.
Wow.
Look at that, dude.
Wow.
Dude, Khamzat was talking shit to Belal too. You hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He does not like Belal.
He's like, why we Muslim brother? Why you hate me, brother? Why you say you want to
Why you call me brother but talk shit this way?
And you will say you want to fight me, brother. I'm not supposed to be nice to people who want to fight me, brother.
Yeah. I'm always on verge of sleeping, brother. This is how I
get
talk.
so tired because I trained so hard, brother. I always fall asleep.
I have staph infection again. COVID again.
Hey, Hamza, are you talking to the mirror?
Yeah.
Let's make some quick picks. UFC Fight Night Burns versus Morales. To your point, Nick, one of these sad things is a send-off for Gilbert Burns or a test for Morales.
See, Gilbert Burns is one of those live vets. You know, like he's lost his last couple fights, but they're close fights.
We did the Khamzat. Come on.
Yeah, he did really good against Khamzat. His last fight was against Sean Brady. He looked really good in that fight. Even though he got taken down, he was wrestling back up. It was competitive.
That fight was so good.
Dude, that's how you grapple, bro. You know what I mean? So Gilbert Burns, Michael Morales is really young. He's also apparently, I think, a national wrestler in Ecuador.
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
Ecuador?
No, that's not a diss to like Ecuador, right? But there are levels to grappling. You know what I mean? Ecuador is not known for their grappling.
What are they known for?
Huh? Fine ass bitches. You know what I mean? Badonkey. Badonkeys.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about? Rest a mug on that
Richie looks
booty.
disgusted. I looked over. He's going like, "Oh, these guys.
this guy know what I'm talking about.
Oh, these fucking guys."
Yeah, dude. Go have an anxiety attack, Richie. All right? How about that, dude? Become a jellyfish right now.
Hyperventilate right now,
Yeah,
dude.
dude. Ecuadorian badonkis.
So, bro, part of me feels like Michael Morales shouldn't be that big of a favorite.
I think Gilbert Burns.
I feel like it's disrespectful to Gilbert Burns.
Oh, it is disrespectful. Once again, for the people who don't follow fighters, right? They just look at the losses, but they don't see what they did in the fight, right? Gilbert Burns is at the tail end of his career. Michael Morales, to me, is too young to beat a Gilbert Burns, right? Gilbert Burns is not at the end of his career where he sucks.
Yeah, that's how I feel too.
It's just like, I don't know. Michael Morales.
It's tough because I could see Michael Morales hitting Gilbert Burns with a good shot.
Putting him down.
And it could change the whole fight.
Yeah.
Right. But once again, like his experience is what I kind of have a question mark again about because Gilbert Burns is that good of a vet. He's fought literally the best guys in the division. All the guys he fought eventually got a title shot, or close to it. So if I was betting, I don't think I would bet on any of these guys.
Yeah.
I would kind of stay away from it just because I was considering putting Michael Morales in my parlay, but I'm like,
Too dangerous.
I don't know. Like Gilbert Burns is too much of a vet. So I think I favor Michael Morales to win. That's my pick.
Michael Morales.
Michael Morales.
I get it, right?
But
Makes sense.
Gilbert, I want to see Gil get a W.
Let me remind
I want to
you,
see
Nick.
Gil get a W because I love Gilbert Burns. He's one of my favorite fighters to watch.
If Gilbert loses this fight, he's probably going to retire.
And he's at that age, man. That's the big question mark. It's the age.
How crazy when he fought Usman, he almost won that fight. That
was a
changed
close
the whole
fight.
trajectory of the welterweight division.
But that's every Gilbert Burns fight, man.
Yeah.
He's always in there. Like he could compete with the best guys, even when he was sucked down to 155.
But other these grappling exchanges.
His grappling is so good. I feel like he could choke. I feel like he could submit Michael Morales.
Yeah.
You know, in a scramble, he might be able to catch him, take his back.
This is a 5-round fight, right?
Yeah.
I go Gilbert Burns then.
Woo!
I'm gonna go Gilbert Burns too. You have to.
Oh man! All right, Gilbert.
No,
let's
it's
go.
too late.
No,
You said
I'm
it.
going
You
Gilbert.
said
dude.
it.
I'm going Gilbert. You guys are gonna be fired up.
Yeah. If he
I'm
loses,
picking with my heart on this one because I love Gilbo.
I hate
Not
it
you, Gilbert.
Gilbo Baggins.
I hate it when Gilbert cries too. Like it hurts me because you could tell how much he wanted it.
If he comes out with braids, I think he's gonna lose because I feel like when you get hit in the top of the head with braids, it hurts me.
What fight did he wear the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
That was against Jorge.
Oh, that was a Jorge.
Oh, is that when Gilbert Burns looked like a 5-year-old?
yeah, with the backpack.
Suspenders?
Yeah, suspenders.
Yeah.
The jeans.
The blue jeans.
The wheels on
white
the
tee?
bus go round, and that's all I heard when I saw him in that outfit.
Oshkosh Bagosh, dude.
He looked like a Temu fucking Mario character, dude. Crazy.
Yeah, I
Oh
think.
my god, he's so scary. He's still scary, dude. Come on.
Let's go Gilbert.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Gilbert.
Let's go for the dog.
Oh,
But if Gilbert Burns, look at that.
But
But once again, that's also Damian Maya. Not the best striking.
oh, Damian Maya. What happened to Damian?
Come on, dude. All right, who's next?
We got Rodolfo versus Paul Craig.
Paul Craig is always like, is he gonna win or is he gonna lose?
It's either or.
You want to put somebody you should never put on your parlay? It's fucking Paul Craig, dude.
I think I'm gonna go Rodolfo on this. I gave him a different name completely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Rodolfo.
Coleman Rodriguez.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Rodriguez Gelato. There we go.
I'm going Paul Craig. You know what? Because he lost the last two. Just for
Yeah,
fun,
because it's
dude.
like
it's a good.
I don't know if he's gonna be able to
He's gonna triangle choke him, flying.
take him down. I think Bellato's gonna try to. Bellato's a great name. I think he's gonna try to stand up with this dude and just KO him on the feet. Because I feel like that's the best path to victory against Paul Craig. Because Paul Craig is not gonna shoot a double leg on him.
Yeah.
If Rodolfo takes him down, then he's gonna shoot up triangles and all that. But
I think this is an easy fight for Rodolfo. I think the fight ends in the first round. Yeah.
okay, he's in my parlay.
All right, we got Yusuf for Santos. I don't pick against a Nigerian.
I think Sadiq.
Santos is good too.
Bro, Sadiq is
Nigerian.
really good. I was always high on him when he fought, what's his name? Not Ortega, Lopez. He fought Lopez, got hit with the uppercut, dropped him. I think Sadiq is kind of a slow starter, and I feel like he just got caught by the bigger dude.
He finally broke his losing streak last fight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the Diego Lopez fight. Oh wait, who'd he fight?
I can't remember. I think he won his last fight. I think this kid is tough. Dude.
Sadiq is good, bro, but the other kid is really good. But I think
it was Diego that he lost to. I'm sorry.
He lost to Barboza? Oh, damn.
I just feel like the kid that he's fighting, Santos,
This kid is
Hey.
fucking vicious, dude.
he's really good.
Ow.
He's really good. But I think the experience of Sadiq, I think, is in his favor.
This is kind of actually a big step up for I think he just got off the Contender Series.
I feel like the UFC keeps doing
Yeah.
give these guys a little bit more freebies. Let them get their highlight reel.
Or they want stars.
Developed,
That's like their
yeah.
star factory, huh? They're like, who just won a Contenders? Who can we launch?
This is hard, dude. This is so bad.
That's a tough fight.
Bong.
Dude, I forgot JDM was in Contender Series.
Yeah.
That's mind-blowing.
But he went 8-0.
Yep.
7-0 before he got the title.
Yep.
Damn.
7-0.
Okay, that left hook is...
I think I'm gonna go Sadiq.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the dog on this one.
Oh, wow, really? David, you? New guy, right? Santos?
I'm going to go Sadiq only because of OG bias. That's all.
Sam.
I think Sadiq needs this one. I'm just going to go for my OG. This is like one of those hard picks, right? Because are you going to bet on the guy who has more experience in the octagon or the kid who's young and fresh, which is also an advantage and disadvantage?
Yeah.
So this is a really weird pick. If you're a betting person, this is probably not the card to do it.
I think, yeah, for real. I think it's a big step up in competition for Santos.
Huge. I don't think it's right.
Big one. It's a big one.
But if he fucking starches Sadiq Youssef, damn, that's a good sign for him.
That's a
dude.
big W.
Yeah.
We got Dustin and Neural Stun.
Neuralston, his beard reminds me of Robin a little bit.
Yep.
Very much.
He reminds me
little
of
bit,
Robin because they're both gigantic.
Dude, say Dustin's last name and then the other guy's first.
Stolfitz,
Stolfis.
Ruzaboyev. I'm gonna go Ruzaboyev on this one. I think.
After that loss, I think he understands the UFC.
Yeah, when he lost to Buckley, it was at
170.
and it was a quick turnaround too.
That was the dumbest thing he ever did, dude.
Yeah, and I don't even know how he made one. I thought, did he miss weight or he made weight?
I think he made weight.
He made weight.
That's crazy.
He was
He's
just
6'4" too, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 6'4".
At 170, and he's not a skinny, lanky guy.
Yeah, dude. So that's a big deal. I feel like he has the deeper skill bag. The size is definitely going to be helpful. Dustin just knocked out Andre
Arlovsky.
Arlovsky.
Yeah,
Still fighting at 86.
So I think I'm gonna go Neuralston, bro. He's good though. Dustin's a live dog on this one because he's got power in his hands. He can be scary, but
Oh, he beat the dude that won.
yeah, Barriol. But it was a war though. These fools were
They were scrapping. Yeah.
It was like a 50-50 the whole time.
I think because of that fight is the reason why I'm going Neuralston.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't
Same.
gonna try to do that with that boy.
He's not gonna play that.
Yeah,
way.
let's not do that.
I'm going to go Neuralston. I think I might be wrong. I hope I'm not. Is Dumas, is he the one that just got arrested?
Bro, dude, Dumas' story is so
What?
sad.
I actually don't even know what happened.
He's been arrested so many fucking times, but after that fight,
During the UFC, his time in the UFC as a fighter?
I'm not sure if it was as a fighter. I didn't read that far in, but he has a pretty big rap sheet, and it sucks, right? Because like some of these people, like where they grew up and the shit that they're
He's
around.
from Florida.
Yeah, like I heard I read a few things about his past life, and he's just not around the good crowd, right? And it's like if you don't separate yourself from that, you can never ever get away from it.
Nah.
You got to cut it out cold turkey. Because
He's a professional now. He's fighting the best guys in the
Makes
world.
good money.
Because I think he started in like one of those fight leagues, it's not like street beefs, but I think it's like a street fighting league, and that's how he got kind of popular. That's what I heard his backstory is.
He
Sounds like some Florida shit.
Yeah.
You know what it is too? It's like if you're a professional, you got to be a professional. All that other bullshit has to go. Because I know people like him, right? When I was younger, they almost feel bad to let go of these people that they grew up with because they feel like they're a phony, right? It's like, now that I blew up super big, I'm forgetting you. But it's like, who are these people around you? If they're dragging you down, are you forgetting them? Because they're never really in your corner. If they really were, they'd be like, you shouldn't do this shit with us. Go do something else.
Yeah.
Right? So it just sucks. Like, you have any idea how hard it is getting the fucking UFC?
Yeah.
And to throw it away off of something like this, which is a choice. It's not an accident. It's a choice that he had to make. And he chose the wrong thing. And it sucks because there would be so many fighters that wish that they could get to his opportunity. And he just threw it down the drain.
I heard he
such a sad story.
it was like a domestic violence thing. Is that why he got popped or something?
No, he housebreaking. He
Why are you robbing a house, dog?
Yeah.
You make so much money.
That's tight.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
It's definitely not for the money, right?
So it's just
for the love of the game.
Gang, gang, dude.
It's for the love of the game.
Damn.
Dude, I don't know. That just
sucks.
makes it super sad.
Well, hopefully Dumas figures it out, man. Because he keeps fucking around. They're probably gonna release him.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's on bail or something right now, but it could have been too like his coach going through cancer, stressed. I don't know.
His coach had,
his
coach.
I see.
Yeah, I'm not making excuses for him, right? I'm just sad that somebody could get to these heights and fuck it up like that.
Yeah.
That's a big oofy, dude.
Yeah, man.
Arosa.
What? He just fought. What the fuck? He's fighting again?
He fought Darren Elkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. He finished Darren Elkins.
Yep.
He literally just fought.
April 12th.
Yeah.
It's not even 3 months.
I feel like Costa just fought too.
Oh, yeah, he just fought too.
Because I remember this.
He lost.
Motherfucker.
How do you have fighters like this?
No, he won.
Oh, he won.
He's on a nice little tear.
See, how are these fighters always like constantly fighting? Then we have other fighters that are like cannot get a fight.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
so
there's no numbers by their name.
confusing.
When there's no numbers by your name, you're more likely to pick up any fight.
That's true.
I think I'm gonna go Costa on this one. Arosa's getting older.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
He's got like 50 fights under his belt. He kind of, everyone thought in the Darren Elkins fight he should have beat him sooner.
Yeah.
I don't know, but
But
I
Darren
just feel
Elkins
like
is also a dog, too.
he's a super dog. But Costa's a young Arosa. Once again, it's the age thing. I think that's been, to me this year, that's been the biggest determining factor of
Yeah.
who's
He's
gonna
almost
win.
completely done with his race change, so this might be it,
Yeah.
dude.
His transition's
Turning a
almost
new
done.
leaf.
Why does he have Danny Trejo on his chest? What's
He
going
loves
on?
machete, dude.
He loves vegan taco.
Machete.
Wait, what's his name?
Danny Trejo?
No.
Mescal Costa. Oh, Milk Coffee?
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Better than the butcher.
I know. I make jokes though. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Patrick Riley, dude. Got to go Julian Erosa.
Hey.
Yep.
I'll go Costa. I'll go young guy with the transition.
Yo, Gabe Green needs to win.
He's fighting at lightweight now, huh?
And then
Oh, that might be a better look for him.
And then you guy too.
Gabe Green needs to win.
All right.
Tiago Moises and Jared Gordon. That's
They
a good
both need to
fight.
win.
That's a good fight.
Tiago is so interesting. He was like he was one of those
He was a
young
prospect.
prospects.
Yeah.
Like, kind of fast tracked a little hard.
But dude, there's something about Jared Gordon. Every fight he's in is a fucking scrap.
They'll keep him around.
He's the one that actually beat Paddy Pimblett, to be honest with you.
Patty Pimblett.
Yeah, he's
And all his fights are mad close, dude. Super close.
I'll go Gordon on this.
I think I'm going to go Moises.
Yeah, I'll go Moises.
I think he's got the deeper skill bag.
Yep.
All right. We made our main picks. Anything else here interesting? She looks familiar. Is she an Olympic wrestler?
No, she's casting The Last of Us. You know?
Oh, that's right. She's a
Walked right into that,
She's
dude.
a wolf.
Yeah.
Stupid. I got to start watching the show more.
The first season, amazing.
First season, yes.
Second season, not that good?
Just maybe play the. I mean, don't even just watch
Play
the
the game?
game and then like watch the show. It's insane.
Everyone says the game kind of like the new show.
Do you know what happens in the new?
I kind of know what's up.
So all in all, for that, like I never played the game, but the things that people complained about that was originally in the original game, I thought made more sense, and it was the part that bothered me. Like
Yeah.
the scene that everybody's talking about, where she finds out that the girl that she's banging is pregnant.
With another dude.
I sent you guys that clip, right?
Yeah.
It makes Ellie so different.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
character,
It's
yeah.
like you're in a post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking
You should
about?
probably be bummed you're having a kid.
That's exactly what it was.
And also like,
Because in the
hey,
game,
get back to the camp.
I showed you.
Yeah.
I saw the clip in the game where she gets the news and she's like,
What the fuck? Why would you not?
yeah. She's like, bummed.
Even without knowing that in the game, when I saw it in the show, I was like, that seems a little weird. Like
Yeah.
that doesn't seem right.
It's a little sitcom-y
Yeah.
ish.
laugh track in the background.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a dad. Mushroom munching monsters, dude.
Much my
Mushroom-
butthole,
Yeah.
dude.
I think Portillo's gonna get a W.
Who else is that? Oh, it's this guy's face and this guy's face.
This is the monkey guy, right? The monkey Korean.
that is.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
that was.
He looks
What
like
did you just say, dude?
He looks
I'm
like
a little nervous there.
He
for
looks like a
second.
capuchin monkey.
I don't know what a cappuccino monkey is.
A capuchin monkey.
Cappuccino
You don't remember
monkey.
in Friends Ross's monkey?
No Friends references on the show, dude.
You don't like Friends?
I never really watched it.
Oh,
Oh
God,
my
you're one of
God,
those. You're one
why?
of those, dude.
I'll watch it. I'll watch it. I'm down, dude.
Yeah, he looks like a capuchin monkey. And they're so cute.
That's the Ace Ventura monkey.
Look at that
You're
guy.
just saying that because he's Korean, dude.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
I don't think you can say
That looks like a capuchin monkey.
Yeah, dude.
Come on, dude. This is
They both do.
two different breeds, dog. I don't know what.
The
you're
battle of the
saying.
primates, dude.
People say I look like a monkey.
Look
so I
how
can
cute
say
that one is on the left.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. The eyeballs are very big here, and you're doing something else.
Well, there's also different races within the capuchin.
Capuchin devil.
one.
Yeah, dude. You never heard
The
of
single eyelid
capuchin?
one,
Yeah,
the
come
double
on now,
eyelid
dude.
one.
Damn, there's a lot of fights on this card. They just
TC at
started-
Pennington.
Like what? I love how she's opening up the card too. I love how 2 ranked fighters are opening up the early prelims on Fuel TV.
They got Fuel TV deep cut.
Interesting that the ranked fighters would be opening it, but the unranked ones are above them.
Yeah.
How does that
I'm
work?
just saying very beautiful fighters on this card.
You guys got to stop disrespecting women in sports, all right? The WNBA is fantastic, right? Especially when they make the layups and they throw it over the backboard.
What do you think if they just lowered the hoop, you'd have so many more women
I
dunking?
would love it. I would watch the WNBA more if they just lower the hoop one foot
Oh,
so they could
my.
start dunking it.
like crazy.
You guys are over here acting like you guys are gonna watch the WNBA.
You don't think I would?
You wouldn't watch
I
that.
love watching Caitlyn.
If somebody gave you
Caitlyn's
free-
great.
If somebody gave you free tickets to go see the what's it, Atlanta Heat? What's it called? What's her team name?
You just combined the city with the Miami Heat. That's so
How
ridiculous.
fucking-
What's the Caitlin Clark's team? What's her name?
in the Indiana, right?
Indiana Heat.
Heat, sure.
So I was kind of close. You don't even fucking know, dude.
Sparkles.
Hey, dude,
Yeah,
I love the Sacramento Monarchs.
Wait, it is the
Is that a real
Monarchs.
team?
It is the Monarchs.
Monarchs.
Yeah, that's our basketball, our WNBA team, dude.
If someone gave you free tickets to go see the Monarchs versus Caitlin Clark, would you go?
What time is it and what day?
It's on a Friday at 4
How much
p.m.
is the ticket?
How much? What was the price of the ticket?
You get not courtside, but like pretty good, like pretty close to the court.
All day.
And it's on a Friday?
It's on a Friday at 4 p.m.
Oh, God, I'm not doing that.
Exactly.
You said
The
4
fact you had
p.m.
to
and that
ask
killed
all
me.
those questions tells me.
Hey, put-
we ain't
What's the
watching that.
traffic like? What's the weather?
Yeah, let me look. Okay, yeah.
Is my child hungry? Could I get a babysitter? All right, guys, those are our picks. Make those picks. If you, leave in the comments down below. What do you think looks like a cappuccino monkey or Fernando's?
It's Capuchin Monkey. It's Ross Geller's favorite buddy, dude. His name was Marcel.
How long do you have a monkey on the show for? How many seasons?
I would say
Quite a bit.
Yeah, until he had to go back to Monkeyland.
Oh, that was like a whole storyline? You just had a monkey?
It's a
on?
whole thing, dude.
He had a whole thing. You didn't watch
What's
Friends?
Ross's job?
I think he worked at a coffee shop.
Oh my
No,
god!
my God. He was a
dude.
paleontologist.
You dummy.
He was
Yes.
a paleontologist?
You need to watch.
So they
the
all
show.
had like crazy jobs. I know one of them was an actor.
If this gets clipped, dude,
I watched the Matt LeBlanc show. That one I watched from beginning to the end.
all right.
I watched the spinoff. I didn't
pronounced
watch the
Matt LeBlanc.
LeBlanc.
All right.
No, it's not. Yeah,
Yes, it is.
it's LeBlanc. It's
It's
LeBlanc.
Matt LeBlanc.
LeBlanc, dude.
It's Matthew
Like
LeBlanc.
the wine.
And Matthew Perret.
Right. What was
Rest
Matthew Perry's job on The Friends?
Matthew Perry, nobody knew. That was the whole thing.
It was a joke. That was
Yeah.
actually an ongoing joke.
Yeah, nobody knew what he did.
You think we're making fun of you?
No.
The joke was
No, I
like,
believe
"What do you do, man?"
He's a transponster. Inside
Transponder?
joke. If you watch the show, you would know.
Just all these
Everyone's
inside
laughing, dude. I'm just
jokes.
missing all of it.
Hey, Michael, add laugh tracks to all of David's jokes, and Nick doesn't get it.
Yeah. I'll be there for you.
That's when Monica
the
was fat. I
rain's-
remember she was fat. That was a storyline.
I
Ooh, don't say
masturbated to
fat.
all the women on that show.
Even Phoebe?
I don't.
Phoebe was actually my favorite.
Really?
She was the funniest.
So yeah, you have a
And
thing
by
for
the
it.
way, Lisa Kudrow, people sleep on her, dude. She was fucking hot. Lisa Kudrow was fucking pretty as shit. It's just because like
character,
the
that's
other
why.
two are also really pretty, and Lisa Kudrow's character wasn't supposed to be pretty. But Lisa Kudrow, pretty, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Used to date Conan O'Brien. Fact check that.
Guys, that's our show. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We got some dope guests that they can just confirm with me coming up. Put down in the comments below, who do you want to see here? You may see Luke Rockhold here. pretty
Also, is
soon.
Jon Jones really gay?
Oh,
That's
yes.
a big question.
Answer that
Answer
question
that.
here. Is Jon Jones really gay?
Are you still there, pussy? Because if you are, I hate it.
Guys,
me wanna
love you.
throw up.
Peace.